Welcome everyone to Let's Rock. I am your host Alex Lozano, and before we get started with my interview with Stormy Cooper and with Will Braun, there's some people I've got to thank that support me. Kevin Wildman from Music News. He's been a longtime sponsor of mine for almost 30 years. Jay Lamb's Remy the Ram. We have our other radio show every Saturday at 7 o'clock called Rock the Rage Radio. We get to play local artists with the most famous bands in the world together. So be sure to tune into that. Anthony Deliberto, one of the best 3D animation. He's doing all of the work for a little band you might have heard of called 3 Days Grace. So I'm working with some amazing people. Thank you all for tuning in. And we're about to go into a deep dive with Stormy Cooper and Will Braun. So, hey guys.
Will Braun, that's a Will Braun?
Braun.
It's spelled weird, but hey.
I know, it is. And we're missing a pretty big part of the company here, right?
Well, you mentioned Lyndon Hughes, and the thing about Lyndon is Lyndon and I kind of started this production company together. Okay. I got the opportunity to record one of Lyndon's bands that when he was going to college, he was in a band. They played around the College Station in Huntsville and just all those areas, and they were called Bulletproof Braun.
Oh, what a cool name.
A funk band.
Did they wear bulletproof vests?
No, unfortunately, no. But and they were not brown either.
Right.
Nonetheless, they were a phenomenal talent. Like the guys that they put together, it was just it was
like a who's who.
I mean, didn't really know
just great
the
players.
guys. But yeah, phenomenal players, all just kind of starting out.
Right.
And the groups of or the members of that band have gone. One of them is Lyndon, who's gone on to not only help with this production company, but also he's in the Wilder Blue now, who they're touring the country and playing the biggest venues in the country.
What instrument does he play?
He plays drums.
Oh, he's a drummer.
And he's also a vocalist. One thing about that band is they're all singers, and if you talk about hand-picked, they went through and hand-picked the musicians in that band from other bands,
right?
And kind of put together
almost like an all-star band. I guess.
Definitely an all-star band.
Super group, they've said.
You could say all those with these guys.
That's right.
And if you hear them, you would understand. Yeah, those guys are a super group, and they're just a phenomenal musical talent. We did some of their early recordings up here when they were kind of getting started. So
be sure to like and follow this band.
Oh yeah, you definitely if you haven't heard of the Wilder Blue, check them out because they're one of the best musical talents out there right now. They're Zane.
Are they from the Houston area?
Yeah, they're from all over the state.
Okay.
I mean, Lyndon lives in the Houston area.
Well, we might just have to bring him in here for a little interview or something.
If you can get them, they're in high demand these days now.
Right.
So it's tough to get them down. But as far as Lyndon being a part of the group here, he like I say, he had Will's chair for a while, and then the pandemic kind of changed a lot of things for us. But everybody. But and him, he's got 3 kids. And
pandemic bad.
Pandemic bad for music. Bad for music.
Right.
But Lyndon still does pretty much most of our harmony recordings up here, and
because he's a killer vocalist.
Yeah, he is. I would put Lyndon as definitely doing harmonies. But even his lead vocal stuff that you can hear if you go see the Wilder Blue play, he's a world-class vocalist. And I've always said, just like I would put Will in the room with anybody to create music, absolutely, I would put Lyndon in the room with anybody to sing or create.
You'd push in on your chips, basically.
And
it's a solid bet.
Yeah, and most of the time, that person that he's in the room with would be wowed. Yeah. Because he's that good of a talent.
Right.
I don't know how you say it.
Like I always say, he doesn't suck.
He does not suck.
He's really good.
Yeah. So that's Lyndon, and then the pandemic kind of shifted around. Now Will was here in the studio as an intern for a while under Lyndon.
Yep.
And
under Yoda.
Yeah,
exactly. Jedi.
Yeah, exactly. So, and one of the things about Will before he came into the studio, he was already, completely super talented and had pretty much everything.
Basically a #1 draft pick.
Exactly.
That's what I look at. I'm a big sports guy.
Yeah.
Astros. It is what it is. I mean, good is good.
Yeah,
I found out a long time ago, if you don't pull your own horn, nobody's going to do it for you. So you just got to go out there, show them the work. That usually does it.
Sure.
But there's nothing wrong with that.
Sure. And
right.
I do everything I can to blast my guys' horns, because the guys that we have in here, we're talking John Carroll and Jody Cameron and Marion Akalina and Bryce Clark.
These are your staff.
Jason, musicians.
The team.
Jason Broussard, Walter Cross. These guys are the best musicians.
Chad Ware.
Woo,
Chad. Audio Impact. I was licensed.
Exactly.
That boy, because we're set up at the show in Conroe. Mm-hmm. We're set up acoustically. It's a partnership with the city. So I always ask the bands if they can break their stuff down to like MTV Unplugged, the way that they went from being a hard rock band to, and Nirvana even did it Unplugged, right? Yeah. That man on just his acoustic guitar, no effect or nothing.
Yeah. It's killer.
He does one song he does for his daughter. I forget the name of it.
Yeah.
My daddy likes the way I play guitar or something. Yeah. Chad, you're a bad mofo.
Well, his daughter's name is Layla. So
Layla.
That should tell you.
There you go.
A guitar player.
A little slow
man.
He's
a real guitar player.
Go Eric Clapton.
Chad, Chad, I've had the opportunity. I'm very lucky in the sense that every once in a while he'll call me to come and do one of those acoustic gigs. So it'll be me and Chad. I'll have
the Rusted.
I usually get the calls for the weird places like the Houstonian in the Galleria when people are walking by to work out, or we've done the BP,
they're just walking by
the lunch hour,
stuff
like that. So it's definitely a lot of fun. And then Chad's also a member of our side project that I'm on, which is called the Gulf Coast Cowboys with Alan Huff, who another world-class musician, pianist, organ player, and accordion player. These guys, like I say, as far as shouting it from a mountaintop, these guys are the best in the business.
Like I said, you put in all your chips. You have no problem backing these guys
absolutely
up.
And again, you can kind of listen over the years. I mean, we've been at it for a number of years. Huff,
not your first rodeo by any stretch.
Right. Huff's had the pleasure of recording it at some of my college recording studio when I was going to college.
Sam Houston State.
Yeah, exactly. But I went to college for a little bit, and then I kind of stayed there a little while afterwards.
Criminal justice and ultimate
computer
science.
Exactly.
So,
computer science at a time when computers were nothing like we have now. So as soon as I finished,
like your hand phone.
Exactly. As soon as I finished, everything now was completely obsolete. But that's the way it was. It kept me learning, and one of the big things that you can ask Roger Krager, who I've played in his band for
25 years.
25 years. So
talk about a solid gig.
Yeah,
always a paycheck, man.
Definitely been reliable. Love the guys there. Definitely like family.
Well, and the fact that you get to create and help them with bass lines, and he probably listens to some of your ideas. And
nah, I don't know about that.
Oh, okay. He won't go that far.
Yeah. I just play bass.
I just play bass. I'm just a hired gun.
All my great ideas usually get shot down, but it's all good. At least I get to.
Other artists can.
There's an opportunity to voice them at least.
Right, exactly.
But Roger can attest to some of the early days when I had a laptop. It was a PC laptop, and the goal was
out of your dorm.
And the goal was to try and get this laptop to record 24 channels for an hour and a half to where I could record our live shows.
Right.
That was the first thing that I was trying to do. And man, I beat my head, back and forth trying to get that to work. And finally, the technology got kind of caught up, and I ended up getting a Mac, getting into Mac computers, which really changed.
So you went from a locomotive to a Japanese bullet train.
Exactly.
Boom.
Exactly. And that's kind of what happened.
I did that.
They've come and probably surpassed even what we have now. I know that they have, but as far as Mac computers go, we've used every single
platform, inside out. There's not one y'all haven't used.
Sure enough. So,
and for me, I think it's like I have friends that used to race BMX bikes. It's cool. It's great to have the best equipment, but it's still the person behind it.
Exactly. And here's the thing, Alex. Like I've never been the person who's had $100,000 or to build $1 million room,
right? $1 million board.
Exactly. So I've always gotten the best piece of gear that I could buy learn how to use it,
and
learn
and optimize every
Absolutely.
bit of it. Absolutely. It sounds like you're really good at not wasting and no Mickey Mouse bullshit.
Right, and
boom.
And Lyndon was very paramount in that, as far as when we would get a new piece of gear, the first thing he would do is he'd read the manual. Cover to cover, and we actually have a file folder back there with all of the manuals.
He sounds like he was AI before AI.
maybe, but yeah, man. So all of the people that have helped us get to this point, they've been crucial in our operation.
No, and we like the A-team.
Well, we've definitely depended on them, and I feel like sometimes there's an analogy of, okay, we're going to war. We got to set up our strategy, get our troops ready, and go. At other times it's kind of like a football team where, okay, guys, let's motivate, get the motivation.
And the great thing about it, from what I've seen just in the few years that I've known about you, is that you're battle tested.
I feel it. I feel it.
I get it. At 60 years old, I wake up in the morning now, and sometimes I feel like a box of Rice Krispies. I'm going, man, where are the pop? And my girl's place is upstairs, and I'm like, baby, you need to get a fireman's pole. Because going down these stairs, I'm going to have a gravity check one day.
Yeah, for sure.
And by the way, I love you, Kim. Military grade. I forgot to give you a shout out at the beginning.
Yeah, hey, I like the banner holder that you made.
Oh, thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah, no,
it's like, oh, it's military grade, all this. I was like, that looks like it. That's some high quality work there.
Oh, thank you.
Shout out to her for that.
She is,
keeps the banner nice and straight.
This is. I'm gonna go ahead and put it out here right now. So we have the most unique love story. I'm kind of cutting into this. It'll be 30 seconds or less. So the reason why I'm telling you this is because we're going to turn our love story into a Netflix, because it's so unique. Because most people, when they go back and find love, and the person maybe they went with a while back, it might have been 10, 15, 20, 25 years, not 35 plus years. And I was 18. I'm 60 now. Our first date, I was 18. She was 15. And in Texas, I'm just saying we're from Texas. So anyway, fast forward, and I did a thing on Facebook. Lozano called me immediately, and for the last 14 months, half a week, I'm here at the Energy Corridor at her place off the Memorial, Dairy Ashford right there. Wow. And then half a week, I'm with my military grade mom, my 83-year-old. Hi, Mom, love you. And I go, let's make a made-for-TV movie for her life. She goes, to hell with that. Let's make a Netflix series and bank. All we have to do is have 2 successful seasons, and we're multimillionaires. And I was like, okay. And there's a part where I've written a scene where God brings his hand down right as I'm about to walk into Lakewood Church. And I have this relationship with God where I talk to him, but nobody can hear me, right? And he's going, no, Lozano, it ain't going to happen. Not there, not Woodlands Church. I got the girl for you. You used to go out with her. Oh, God, what's up? Kimberly offered. She's the one. And then I think I told you over the phone, she has a degree in logistics. I said, I'm an event coordinator. Why would you tell me that? I'm going to work you like a Hebrew slave, Anyway, she's amazing. Kim, I love you so much. You're going to elevate me to other heights, and I really appreciate that.
That's awesome.
So back to Stormy Cooper Media.
And Will and I are both single dudes. We spend a lot of time up at the studio.
That's really hard to believe, because y'all are a couple of great catches. Are you messing with me?
We are not messing with me. As far as I don't know Will's latest status, but
Kimberly, you got some military grade girlfriends. Check them out. Look at them.
No, let's turn it into dating.
And I need a little. I might need a little help on the song. Maybe to give me a little discount on production or whatever. But no, man, that's awesome. You have such an amazing place here.
Appreciate it. I'm very lucky to have Will and even go back to Lyndon. It's never ever lost on me how lucky I am to have these guys work with us. Will graduated from A&M, and you can kind of just give a little bit of your back.
Aggie, one of my best friends. You need to meet him. He's an actual rocket scientist. The president, Mark Winters of the Houston Songwriter Association. Okay. How many times can you say you really know a rocket scientist?
Oh, right.
No, and I just did an in-house at his little mini mansion there in Sugar Land, because he obviously does really well for himself, and I know what rocket scientists do. I never asked him, I just know he's the president of the Houston Songwriter Association. Thank you, Mark, for doing all that you do for the Houston music scene.
The rocket scientist career path is probably booming right now.
I bet.
I
bet you Elon's going, Mark, watch out for Elon, man. I have I put together, I think, the best list of questions I've ever done, because to me, for me, part of the mission statement for Let's Rock, it's a call to action. Be about it, don't talk about it, real support. And now music is at the core, because of the 33 years that I've been in production and doing all kinds of stuff, and contests and music stuff. But whether you're a successful vineyard owner, anybody who's successful and really good at what they do, we want you on my show. So that's
Very
kind
cool.
of a cool thing. And now that me and Kim are going to cross the state with my social media ninja, and that's why I was asking you earlier that I know in Dallas, Austin, Fort Worth, San Antonio, and Corpus Christi, and Galveston, I know for a country fact, you guys know at least one or two people that are really, really good singer, songwriter, band, whatever. So when I go to those places, hopefully, remember Double X and Kim wears a large, Stormy Cooper shirt.
Yeah, sure.
To get that a little pride. But yeah,
hey, Alex, we're really blessed that we literally have people coming from all over the
world.
Yeah, I'd say that too,
Really?
but definitely the state.
The greatest country in the world, Texas.
Exactly. But yeah, we've been very blessed with that. We've worked with quite a few national artists, and even artists that we've worked with that have gone into the national vein. Sure. We've been very blessed with that, and it's just
you're overwhelmed. I can tell you're not beside yourself. You're working with so many great people.
Sure,
it's like
sure enough.
God's blessed you, man.
Sure enough, and we don't know what the formula is to make that happen. Like if we were to go to
Okay, I'm going to mark that as one of my. Hold on.
Yeah, no, don't know the formula, but I can tell you this. Looking back on it, on all the work that we've done, it's good people.
Yeah.
Like everybody that we work with has all been great people.
Partnerships.
And people willing.
And you know what, that is so true. And I got to tell you, I got into the once again, not about me, but I'll make it 15 seconds. So I got in the music business by breaking somebody's face as head of security of the biggest rock club in Houston called Millennium at the very beginning.
Played there.
Very beginning in 1994. I did a thing all over the radio. The guy was a millionaire. I did a thing called the Guitar Master Series. Put a little Joe Satriani, I had everything. Now the only thing I regret is not charging an entry fee, because I had everybody going, Mr. Lozano, I'm the next Stevie Ray Vaughan. Well, let's hear it. Oh, don't quit your day job.
Yeah.
Joe Satriani, no. So that's how I got my business, how I got into the music business. Well, because we have such a deep dive to do, and I got so many questions.
I thought we were diving already.
We are diving, man. I need a submersible, man. Jacques Cousteau, we're going so down here. I wanted to talk to Will, and kind of in a good thing. It's not that Lyndon isn't here, but it makes it a lot easier, because I was preparing for three, getting the names right, and obviously I was saying his name wrong to begin with, so I would have said it wrong if you would have told me about it. So, Will, tell us a little bit about yourself, before we get to all these questions.
Yeah, totally. No, I grew up a musician. My parents put me in classical piano lessons at an early age. Did that all the way through high school.
So you're also a musician. You're not just behind the board.
Correct.
I say this all the time, but Will is usually the best musician in the room, whether it's piano or guitar, keys, whatever. So
easy now. That's a bold statement.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
He won't agree.
He won't agree.
But
I'll let it happen.
But definitely,
he said it, not you.
Right.
When you have somebody who, first of all, has perfect pitch, but also has a very complex musical mind,
right.
which I feel like both Will and Lyndon are just.
No, I can completely understand about the perfect pitch, because I have that too. But anyway. That's yet to be seen. But
but in Will's case, I mean, he's ahead of everything that's happening. The guitar player, when he plays something, he's already got it in his head. He's got it marked on the thing. Boom, we're going to go back to that, because that was.
He sounds like a chess player, which is one or two moves ahead. So.
Sure, yeah, exactly.
Now, trust me, I used to be not a protege or anything like a Bobby Fischer, but in the 6th grade I had to play high school kids, because I got quit taking people's. And now, if you get into a good match, because I don't play speed chess, I have to sit there, and if you're a really good player, we're gonna be there for. I got shit to do,
right?
So now,
it's crazy you mentioned Bobby Fischer, because actually that's the 3rd time I've heard that name just this weekend alone. Today's Monday. But that's the first time I've heard this.
She moves ahead.
Well, our monitor, our stage manager in the Roger Krieger band is into chess, and so I'm the only one that really knew how to play. Not very well, but so we started playing chess and.
Everybody lunch money?
Oh yeah. He kills
well, that's what he does. Sits there, sets up the gear, and then he beats up on the band.
Yeah. So they were kidding me about the old Bobby Fischer situation.
So
Alejandro, I'm coming for you, man.
He is, man. He's going to take your lunch money, man. He's already studying. Your roots. Aggie.
Yeah. So graduated high school, went to Texas A&M, studied industrial distribution, not musically related at all.
People do that a lot in college. They do things that your degrees are never going to use.
Yeah, but kind of similar to Stormy, was playing in bands, had a studio out of my house, was recording my bands, was recording other local bands, producing them.
Anybody who put it in front of you and believed in you.
Right, exactly. So did that, graduated in 2020, the best time to graduate college. And went to work, interning at some other studios.
Because if you
graduate, this guy. I mean, I know you still get carded. What are you, 21?
We gotta get Will. You have a gown?
No, don't have a gown. Maybe we'll do it here.
How old are you again?
29. Just turned 29.
Jesus Christ. Well, that's good. You're going to get carded until, I promise you, at least until you're 40.
I'll take it.
You look 31. That's good.
But worked at some other studios here in town, and then I met Lyndon through a church that I was playing at the time. He was running sound, and we kind of just developed a relationship. And he's like, "Well, yeah, like
I know this guy's Stormy.
Yeah, come on down. Like, let's hang out. You can intern here at Stormy Cooper Media."
And on the flip side of that, okay, so you're at the intern. So come down. He came down and interned. So go ahead.
Yeah, and Lyndon and I just hit it off. It was a great summer here. Lyndon was just getting started with the Wilder Blue. I think at the time was called Hill Country.
Right, just getting it off the ground.
Right, just before they, really kind of
starting to take off.
Hit the trajectory. Yeah, and
take off.
Yeah, and we hit it off, and then I guess maybe a year or two later, I got the call from Lyndon. Hey, this position's available. If you're interested, let me know. And
bam,
I'll get you a meeting with Stormy.
He didn't even finish the sentence before you were like, "I'm down."
I'm in.
So I'll tell you the flip side of that.
Number one draft pick.
Yeah, I'll tell you the flip side of that Will doesn't really know. But Lyndon and I, all during the pandemic, we were communicating. Like, what are we going to do? We have to shut down. Or whatever it was. One of the things that Lyndon had going is he has 3 kids. And his wife was an administrator at one of the school districts here. So it just all worked out to where Lynn, and plus Hill Country or the Wilder Blue.
Right.
He was, all those things kind of converged at the same time to where he wasn't going to be able to stay here at the studio full time anymore. So we needed another person.
Yeah.
And as soon as he met Will, and it clicked in his head.
Oh, wait a minute! I got the guy.
Hey, yeah, we have the guy.
Right.
Will is the guy. You have to get this guy.
Right.
So once Will and I met, it was
signing bonus a little bit.
It was huge signing bonus.
Yeah. Well deserved.
You saw the Maseratis outside.
Yeah, I did. The Lambo. Doing good. Business is good.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, to be very honest, as a business owner, that the pandemic was we're still reeling from that a bit,
sure.
but thank goodness our clients and the Houston music market is so strong, and I could say the whole Texas music market is so strong. It bounced back quicker, I would say quicker than the restaurant industry, quicker than a lot of things. We're able to, or it sustained better than a lot of things sustained.
I told Will that right after the pandemic, when Abbott lifted the mandate the very first time, I had some extra money and I've been dying to put on, and a friend of mine owns the Texas Festival Grounds, Danny Taylor, which is a 33-acre piece of property with a built-in lake, which is a rock quarry. The property's worth a lot, but it's it's right next to Hobby Airport. That's where I have my mobile stage at. So everyone needs a mobile stage. I had about 40 to 45 bands, 3 stages. It was crazy. I put about just $15,000 into it, but because you have no, I even thank God I got some rain insurance and stuff. because we can't predict. You can far reach whatever you want. This is Houston. You know, it rains. Unfortunately, the people in Houston, when it rains, they think it's the alien blood from the Alien movies, and when 15 minutes later, it's sunshine and beautiful.
Right.
But this wasn't this time. It turned into a mud pit, and right by Hobby Airport, the Friday night before our Saturday, Sunday, and that Labor Day, Memorial Day. So we had a 3-day fest. We missed a tornado touchdown by like about 2.5, 3 miles. Wow. And it was just, I was more worried about the safety of my friends and stuff.
Sure.
And thank God I broke even. But the relationships I made with all these bands and artists that I worked with and stuff, I mean, you want to say that's worth it, but make up for the fact that you didn't make any money, but the mandate was lifted. We're ready to do stuff. I only got a shot because my mom wanted me to. It's crazy, man. So, tell us a little bit more before we get to these serious questions.
Well, let's see. Started here in, I think, June of 21. Good. So just past 4 years. And I've been here since. You know, Monday to Friday making country music.
I can sense, you know, because I've kind of. Have you ever seen the movie The Green Mile?
Oh yeah.
I've kind of got Homeboy's powers.
Okay.
A little bit, so I can feel other people too. Like I can't even go to people's funerals because my boys are too strong to not cry for their dad or whatever. Whatever the deal is, right? I'm over here with my sunglasses are going. I got allergies, man. What's up, Alex? You barely knew my dad. What do you mean barely? I known him for 20 years. What are you talking about? But no, that's amazing. You guys are awesome. Anything else you want to add to it before we go?
That's it. Let's dive in.
Let's dive in.
Drop your questions, man. Let's
I know. And I did this, and then my girl got an AI and said, "Let me help it a little bit more."
That's real fine print there.
I know. I'm having to go like this, man.
We might need some glasses.
Okay, so the first question I want to ask you is, who or what inspired you to pursue your music career? And that's both of y'all. You first, Stormy.
Okay, me first. Well, it would definitely be my dad in my house growing up. You know, there was always music around it, and I would even go to my granny, which is my my dad's mom, who lived right behind us there in Simonton, Texas. She had a room in the back of her house that was pretty much my room to do whatever I wanted, and we had a kitchen table in there that was my stage.
Pots and pans.
Yeah, we had it all. Me and my sister put on little concerts. I had
it started at an early age.
I had a stereo set up on a desk. My dad was into radio a little bit, so I knew what a radio station.
Was he a ham operator too?
No, not like that. He had a Saturday morning country radio station. Yeah, classic country. You know. So I'd been into a radio station before, and I knew what it looked like. You know, it's got the phone and the knobs and all that stuff. So
you were into a music family.
Sure,
lovely.
And my dad was the only one that really played. Right. But he had a band and ran around Houston, and you know his. Back then, they did things quite. I don't know. I guess a little bit different. But one of the things that they would do is his band. He had one of the more prominent bands in Houston, I guess. Well, when other artists would come in on what they called package shows, you'd have.
3 or 4 bands,
Red Steagall and Gene Watson, all kinds of Reba McEntire come in.
Right.
You know?
Oh, okay.
You know, I remember a few of the big ones just from looking at pictures. But Waylon Jennings was one of them.
Just a good old boy.
Larry Gatlin was one of them. I mean, and so Gene Watson was another.
Right.
But these guys would you know. Just do shows together. So I grew up urban cowboy.
You were there.
I was at Gillies when I was a little kid. I remember I remember some things. We'll spare this deal.
As a kid, a part 2.
Yeah. As a kid, I definitely remember some things out at Gillies that just are burned into my head. But that was pretty much it. I grew up in dance halls and nightclubs, watching my dad. At some point, it was 1988 when he quit. He actually owned a few nightclubs too, and ended up.
It's in your blood, man.
Yeah. Ended up selling nightclubs. My granny, the one that I would go to her house and listen to her records and all of that. She ended up. Dad's mom ended up passing away, and both of my parents reorganized their life to help the elderly. They had a company. They ended up selling their company, and they. My mom went back to school and became an RN, and worked at the one of two elderly care facilities the rest of her life.
That takes a lot of commitment, that Patch Adams type mentality.
Sure enough. And my dad went and kind of dedicated a lot of his life to veterans and helping them. He ran an organization out in Eagle Lake, Texas, which was, I think it's like the Eagle Lake Ex-Military Association. And what they would do is they would gather money and not only decorate the town with flags on the holidays, but they would also provide rides back and forth to veterans of the area to the VA hospital.
You know, it sounded like your mom and dad were all about doing well and doing good at the same time.
They were. They did a lot of good. You know, I was close to my mom more so than my dad the past couple of years.
Mama's boy right here.
Yeah. The past couple of years, I became really close with my dad. We went through some tough stuff together, and then both, like I said, now both of my parents have passed away.
Right.
And I've taken over my dad's farm and kind of doing all of that. But man, that was kind of
a lot of this, man.
Yeah. I grew up doing that, and when I went to junior high school, there was a guy there that played guitar, and then we ended up skipping the science fair. We were sitting there at the science fair one afternoon, and it was just all boring. You just can't. I did my science project on the effects of electricity on plants. So I hooked up a car battery to a plant that was growing to see if anything happened. Nothing happened. I didn't really pay attention to it, but
thank God you didn't blow up.
Right. So we're sitting in this science fair, Alex, and we decided, man, we need to get out of here. We went to this restaurant. It was a Pizza Hut actually next door to the high school, and talked about the upcoming talent show. And it was like, well, I'll play guitar. I was like, I could sing a little bit.
We're entering this thing.
So we put the band together right there, and Wade, this guy's name's Wade Wolf.
What a cool name.
Yeah, Wade and I played in a band together all through high school, all through college. It's one of the ways that I ended up paying my way through college was through the income through that. And we played all over the state. I mean, we would go play up in Dallas and Denton and College Station and Nacogdoches and Austin and Houston. And we were just 19-year-old kids running around. Playing, getting our trailers. Somebody stole our trailer, the whole thing.
You had all the road drama and anything that could go wrong did go wrong.
Yeah, for sure.
So, this is an amazing interview I'm having with you guys. Guys, just to let you know, there could be a part 2. I'm just saying. But amazing stuff, man. I mean,
but Will,
got such an amazing body of work.
Yeah, and Will has the saying. I'm anxious to hear about his earlier. What kind of records he was listening to.
Yeah,
growing up.
Well, okay, so let me ask you same questions as Sam.
Yeah.
What inspired you? Do you come from a family of musicians and artists, or did you just pick this?
Not at all.
Yeah. Matter of fact, they told you to turn that shit down.
So my dad always said, man, I can barely play radio. My dad was not musical. My mom was not musical. I mean, my dad's mom played piano a little bit.
Right.
But
they listen to the radio, maybe.
Right, exactly. But
not from a musical family.
Right, exactly. Me growing up, like I caught the bug hanging out at church.
Sure.
Like watching the church choir, the lady that played piano.
God will never steer you wrong.
Right. Yeah. She grew up across the street from me.
And if you really think about it, without God, you would have never met Lyndon.
Totally.
You know what I mean? I believe in that divine intervention.
Totally.
I'm fueled by God, by the way. So.
Awesome. Grew up. I learned how to run sound in church. I learned how to play in bands at church, and then
when everybody was out scoofing off and getting in trouble, you were at church.
Yeah, totally.
Getting your stuff down.
Totally. But I had met a friend in middle school. His name is Isaac, and he kind of had similar interests. Was also playing at a different church in town, and we had both kind of expressed interest in learning how to record, and so. During the summers when everybody else was out tooling around town, we were,
getting in trouble.
Locked up in a spare bedroom, like trying to learn how to get good drum sounds.
Right.
And like, we can record to a click and then we can, edit things and, so that's
dreaded
kinda,
click track.
Exactly.
Oh no.
Yeah. But that's kind of how it got started for me, and then it just kind of snowballed after that, playing in bands.
And then got hooked up with Lyndon, and then into Stormy, and then
the rest is history.
Here we are.
Well, continued success. There's no doubt about it. Okay. Question number 2. Who were some of the big name artists you grew up listening to in no particular order?
Yeah, sure.
You first.
I'm going to start with those records, at my
Dad's
house, with my dad's records. It was everything between with.
What was Nana listening to?
I mean, Jerry Jeff. I mean, they listened to a lot of that stuff. Jerry Jeff, Waylon. My mom had a couple of Cadillacs, and man, my favorite thing was popping the 8-track in there.
Bam!
And boom. We had Waylon. We had the Honky Tonk Heroes album, Wore It Up. But yeah, all of the
Hank Sr. probably.
That too. My dad was more of the classic country, so all of that stuff he got me. Lefty Frizzell and all that stuff.
Jesus.
So I knew all that stuff.
You could go on.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, I would say all of the. I got lucky because we had a stack of records that was Jerry Jeff and
as soon as you came out of the womb.
Willie Nelson, Chris Christopherson, all that stuff.
Chris Christopherson.
Yeah, all those records were on at my house. Then you can go back to my grandmother, which was my mom's mom, who had a record player, and her record player is actually up in the studio, or up in the front of the studio. I used to go there and listen to records with her. She was
so now that's a tribute
Tennessee
to her.
Williams, and a lot of even polka music and stuff like that, which I never cared for.
Right.
But I have a great respect for it now.
I mean, I got no problem with Tejano, but that ain't my thing.
Yeah. Hey, Tejano too. I mean, I never really was into it. Yeah. But being in Roger's band and him being from Corpus, it just kind of exposed me to it.
Oh, yeah.
And when you talk about some of the
used to be
Tejano players, yeah, exactly. When you talk about some of the Tejano players that we have here, I mean, from Flaco to Sonny Sauceda. I mean,
I'll never forget the first time. I couldn't believe it. Someone said, "Dude, have you seen that Metallica mariachi band called the Metalachi?" And I'm like, "No, what? But holy shit,
they're crazy good.
Yeah, they're crazy good.
Yeah, man, that's the thing, and maybe we owe the internet or YouTube for this
a little bit for sure.
There are so many talented people in the world. There's so many talented people, and the one thing that they've never really had is the distribution avenue or any kind of promotion. And now with just a cell phone, you can sit there
and it's funny you said that, because it's just something I've been wanting to say, and this is the perfect opportunity to do this. Look, you don't have to like Nickelback or Justin Bieber. Each one of them have about $300 million in the bank or more. Don't hate. Do your own thing. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Jesus Christ.
Hey, I'll tell you this. I'm a sucker for great production, and I'll listen to Bieber records in particular. There's a couple that I went through that, man.
I do too. He's talented. You can't knock him.
Sure.
And then when I saw what his net worth was, I was like, no, he can't have $300 million. He's 30 years old. I mean, that happened,
There's people a lot younger with a lot more too. So.
You growing up, who were a handful of the artists?
Man, let's
the
see.
deep dive.
Yeah. So my parents listened to everything from Kenny G to Meatloaf. And everything in between. Yeah. And so that was a really kind of
if it sounded good, it is good.
Right, exactly. My dad liked, jazz. He liked Boz Scaggs. He liked Bob Seger. He liked Meatloaf.
Bob Dylan.
Right. All the Bobs.
Right?
But yeah, no, that kind of, started my musical journey, so to speak. But, kind of when I started finding my own identity in music, Kenny Chesney was huge, obviously still huge at the time. And then went through a bit of an angsty phase, listened to a lot of punk rock, and then I found Foo Fighters and bands like that. Yeah, man. So
bad man.
Foo Fighters is a good heavy metal band without the angst.
Right.
Yeah. Seriously,
I can still put it on for my mom. She's like, oh, okay, I like this song,
Ain't that the German or the
right. Yeah.
That's awesome, brother. You guys, I'm just having such a blast with you guys here. We're just getting started, man. And I feel so much. I was so nervous, man. I got up at about 4:15 this morning, and I was like, man, this is one of the more important videos, because, like I said, y'all are the first world-class studio and the body of work. Oh, and by the way, before I forget, and I have to read off of here because I got to memorize. Y'all just received Studio of the Year. Now I'm going to guess. Let me say it, because I know I can be wrong, but I might be right. from the Texas Country Music Association.
That's absolutely right.
Did I nail it? I nailed it.
Hey, y'all just wait right here. I'll show you.
Yes.
There's that one. That's 2025. Go ahead and hold that one.
There it is, folks.
Yes.
Check it out.
Yes. Look, and I remembered the name, man. I can't believe it.
Here's 2024's award.
So that one.
Yep, there you go. It's 24.
Here's one that goes way back, 2017. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh man, hold on. I'm running out of hands.
So back to back. Hold on.
Here's some more 2024.
Yeah, because I wanna hold-
Yeah.
All right, you got, what about these two? These 2022, 2022.
Yeah, you're gonna have to hold them yourself too.
There's recording
Yeah.
studio.
Hey, if you want to have a world-class
Yeah.
studio,
that's
this is
cool.
the
I got it,
place.
Yeah.
I mean,
Thank God these aren't babies.
I'm glad y'all asked about this. Let's get that right there, Will. Goes there.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Like
All right, we got some more.
we're doing okay.
Oh, let's do this one right here.
How about, do you have any medals?
no medals. Hey,
No medals.
I failed in that.
Oh, these are the Big Bag Texas.
Yeah.
Guys.
So this one. Okay, so all of these awards come from two different organizations.
Yeah.
One is the Texas Regional Radio and Music Awards. Dave Smith, Tammy Millspaw, Dylan Steen.
Are you
Very close to
familiar
my heart.
with Mary Mittner?
Oh yeah, Mary Minter. So she's responsible for this
Oh,
award
okay.
many years ago,
Yes.
and this is
She's
from
an
the,
amazing woman.
Oh yeah.
Miss you, Mary. Haven't seen you in years.
This is from the Country Music Association of Texas.
Okay, we're about to start losing.
But anyway, we've got. I want to name the organization. So we've got the Texas Regional Radio Music Awards. That's Dave Smith and Tammy Millspaw. And what they do for the artist is absolutely phenomenal.
Something to strive for.
Absolutely, they've been around with the music chart and all of that for a number of years, and they've been a great help in everything from promotion to just.
I got the
mentorship to
newest
these
one.
artists, right? And that one's from the Texas Country Music Association, which is the newer one, which is Linda King Wilson, who is she's got this organization, and they're kind of
man. It ain't no.
I know they're doing a lot of things to support artists to help them. You can join.
And
this.
we're all working as a team together to promote the greatest music in the greatest country in the world, Texas, guys. Don't ever forget that.
And that's what I like about it is Mary and Dave and Linda, that they're all they all get along, they all support each other. It's a very great organization. I'm going to talk about Mary Minter for a second, and we'll go ahead with
yes, please.
But
Haven't been working out lately. I'm just
so getting back to my dad had a band, around town for a number of years, and he had a guy named Paul Minter who was a bass player, and there's actually some brothers, Paul and Lindsay Minter, who were musicians in town, and a couple of other people. Anyway, Paul and Mary were married at some point. Well, Paul not only worked for my dad in his business, or worked for my dad and my mom in his business, but he also played in a band with my dad for a number of years. Paul went on to play with, I think he played with Daryl McCall for a while, then went and played with maybe Johnny Paycheck or something. And they also had a band before they met my dad called Navasota, which was a big...
Navasota Rio.
Yeah.
So I remember because that was the band I was helping her with when she was kind of getting them off the ground.
Yeah. So a couple of weeks ago, Mary's in the studio, and I never put it together that her last name was Minter, but
oh wow,
the Minters. They lived with us when we were kids for a while,
right?
And so we were that connected. And whereas that award I think was in 2016. 2016.
Yep.
So 2016.
Almost a 10 spot.
Yeah, almost. But we were putting it in there, and she was like, "Yeah, well, I was married to Paul." I was like,
"Oh,
no
well,
way!"
Geez. Thanks for telling me.
Paul, when I was a kid, Paul bought me a remote control robot and a remote control, F1 racing car.
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff. He was a really cool guy to be around, and what a small world,
right?
To find out that Mary's,
yeah,
we never knew.
Yeah,
we had that.
And I've had the honor and privilege of working with her for a short time, as many moons ago.
Yeah,
10 plus years during the Navasota Rio days.
Yeah, sure enough, man.
She was so amazing that one of her artists, I think the singer, had like some dental problems or something like that. Was fixed with that.
Yeah,
she fixed it.
Yeah,
she paid.
Yeah,
out of her own pocket.
Wow.
Yeah, there was a lot.
Mary, you rock.
Mary's awesome. I remember, and she'll I don't know if she'll remember this. It's not probably, but I remember on a couple of different occasions, my dad had a Ampeg, one of the original Ampeg 810 cabinets that he bought for Paul to play in a band, and it was just in the trailer. You know, they would unload when they got there, it would be there. So I remember on a number of occasions, Paul having to call us and say, "Hey, we're on our way out of town. I really need that cabinet. My amps, you know, whatever." So we would do it. We would load it up, go drive over to Highway 6 or somewhere in Houston to meet him and give him the amp. Eventually, my dad, I think the second or third time, he said, "Just keep it." I don't want to haul that thing around anymore.
Man, my back is going out, man.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so Mary is a phenomenal
like family.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, speaking of you know, Dave Smith and Tammy, they've really done a lot for us here. You know, if you could get on Dave's radar and go up there and talk to him. He's been in the studio here before.
Let's do it.
He's an amazing guy and has helped. He's been in the radio industry for God.
It helps out everybody. I mean, even though I've only been doing this for 33 years, it's a good body of work. I should have, you know, like a band y'all need to go back and see. And I'm almost sure you heard of this band. They're part of. Think of, and they're real good friends with King's X. But think of the greatest blues rock band you've ever seen, and I can put it for their first album called Redefine. Check out Dane and Lynn Saunier of the Saunier Brothers.
Oh, yeah. Love the Saunier Brothers.
If you listen to that one album, did you ever listen to the album of the Saunier Brothers?
I haven't heard it.
Well, dude, so check it out. Those guys are really good friends with Doug Pinnick of King's X, and if you do a deep dive into that album, there's not one friggin' song. Dane, Saunier, Lynn, the Saunier Brothers. It's been 25 years since that record's been out or whatever, and I still, because it's King's X meets 4 lead guitar players, 4 lead singers. I mean, talk about harmonies. If you probably heard whatever their popular song, but if you listen to the whole thing, oh my God, I just get goosebumps like that. But if you ever get a chance, and also the greatest rock song, I'm going to turn you guys on to. Please check out the greatest rock star anthem to me ever. I think it's biblical words of the song. They got overshadowed by Kansas. Their violin player I thought was better, more technical, which is a bold statement because the guy from Kansas, they were just in town, it was amazing. But check out the song, Last Chance, by one of the greatest rock bands ever, Shooting Star.
Okay.
Yeah, just gonna give it a chance.
Yeah, I definitely will. I might have to write that down.
We have so many questions here. Let's get through these because I'm so excited. Well, who are some of your biggest music influences? You've already kind of told me a lot of them. So
hey, but I'll tell you, the Houston music scene growing up, I mean, you know, King's X, or you can even say the Texas music scene, but
yes.
all the guys in Texas, I mean, all the country bands that were around here.
All of them. The famous one, Sleep at the Wheel.
Sleep at the Wheel was huge. You know,
who was the guy from
Ray Benson?
But the other guy from Sleep at the Wheel, my cousin was his nephew.
Jason Roberts.
The other guy, the older guy.
Dave Sanger. I'm gonna have to name them all. Floyd Domino.
Oh my God!
So
Sleep at the Wheel. All these old cats that played with Willie Nelson.
Yeah.
And just.
But even the bands around here, there was a band. I mean, I can name so many of them. The Emotions, the Reflections was one. Joel Nava and the Border was one. There was.
Wasn't there a real famous cat that do a little bit of the blues called the Pinky Dots or the Pink Dots or the Dots or something?
Psycho Dots.
The something. The real super popular back in the blues series scene.
We'd have to call my friend Ezra Charles to talk about the Houston music scene.
Dude, you need to set up an interview. You're talking about the badass piano player extraordinaire. Well, you got Ezra. I've always been a big fan of yours. Got to have you on my show.
And talk about influences, especially in the Houston area. I worked for him for a year or two, and I mean, we loaded his piano from here to New Orleans, all over the place. You know, it was a lot of fun.
Herning is waiting to happen.
Sure, exactly. But we got to do a lot of things. That was one of my first forays into the professional music business.
Right.
One of the things that we did, you remember the Party on the Plaza things down there?
I was friends with the guy who invented it, Matt Schultze from Pace. It was Pace at the time.
Pace.
He was the guy. That was his deal.
So one of the gigs that he got out there was opening for John Kay and Steppenwolf.
Oh my God!
So
I might have seen that show.
It was phenomenal.
I did see the White Hendrix they call Bridge of Sigh. White Hendricks, Bridge of Sight, Robin Trower.
Oh yeah.
My God, I can't forget about that
awesome.
guy.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, but I remember because it was free, because nobody wanted to rush and get back home. So from 5 to 10 o'clock, beer, food, you had to be 21, party on the plaza. Way to go, Matt Schultze, one of my favorite events.
Awesome shows.
Yeah,
Man.
he didn't play. He's also used to play in a band called Stompin' White Pony.
Wow.
Matt Schultze, badass. Used to do with Pace. Just another coming for that interview, buddy.
That's the thing about Houston in particular. Houston is so big, and there's so many musicians here working. You know, you've got musicians that work out on the Clear Lake or out on the Baytown side that don't ever go down to Clear Lake or vice versa. Clear Lake never goes to Katy. There's probably 5 markets alone just here in the Houston area, and the talent that we've had here over the years is just—it's
unbelievable.
Yeah, you don't really even know about it. You know, when you talk about Ezra Charles, talk about Ezra Charles. You know, back in the 70s or so, you know, he's playing in bands and all this, and doing. He also invented a pickup called the Help and Still pickup, which you can go and let's pull it up.
Yeah.
Pull this up. Help and Still, HELPINSTIL.
Ezra Charles.
So Ezra. Electrical engineering degree from Rice. Okay?
Oh,
so huge into electronics. He had a
like A&M, another brain college.
INSTILL. Yeah, help and still piano. So it's been a while.
Yeah.
But just to tell you all the history, he still has a website.
The guy has got like patents, you know.
Oh yeah, he's got patents and all this. Well, heck, what happened to his website?
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Ezra, your website's down, man. We need to fix it.
That's right, man. Come on.
Go to hide. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So sound on sound. Anyway, he's recently reopened this business, and it's the Help and Still piano pickup. And basically, what it is, hey Ezra, I'm gonna do a quick advertisement here.
Absolutely.
It's a
well-deserved legend.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the whole point here. He is a legend in the music business as a whole.
Not alone the fact that he calls Houston home.
Exactly.
Thank
you.
you.
He did. He grew up in Beaumont and went to school in Houston and has lived here. I'm assuming he's still living here. But it's essentially a guitar pickup for a piano. Yeah, and each, for a grand piano, I think there's like 3 different ones. There's a bass one, a mid one, and a high one. Yeah. And this guy traveled all over the world putting in pickups for people. He's put them in for Elton John.
Oh, wow.
That was one of the first calls he got. So now Ezra's traveling across country to put this in before his concert.
He probably they know each other's name and they're cool. Absolutely. I mean, that's a pretty intimate instrument, man.
Sure enough. And now one of his big endorsers is Ben Folds.
Oh, Jesus.
So Ben Folds endorses him, and
like a who's who.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's, through the years he had the patent for the pickups. He built a piano, which he sold that patent off to Yamaha.
Yeah.
Which I think is their Yamaha Spin It piano.
Their standard thing. Yeah.
Sure.
Right.
So he's done some great things.
Ezra Charles. Also innovator.
Huge innovator.
Huge innovator.
And well respected, and like I say, both the music world, the piano world, and the
well, I know I
retail
learned a little bit more from when I used to write a column for music news called Locals Only.
Yeah.
I had to quit that. That's a whole other story. I had to quit that gig because mostly I didn't know it, but bands would fish like for compliments, like girls, like, "What'd you think, Mr. Lozano? Isn't our band like one of the best bands you've ever heard?" And I'm like, and then their bass player said, "Don't you remember that if you don't like your band, you ain't gonna say nothing good about it?" I'm like, why would I be a hypocrite? Why would I say the Saunier Brothers are one of the best blues rock bands ever, unless I really meant it?
Right.
So not being a hypocrite, it's almost right up there with your wife. Does this dress make my butt? I don't want to sleep on the couch. No, it looks great, honey. I'm not going to say anything wrong.
And now anything you say goes on the internet.
It does. Right.
Or it's being videoed.
Right. Or you're on the kiss cam.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Well, we've got some questions, and this is awesome. I'm having such a blast here at Stormy Cooper Media.
Yes,
these next questions I like a lot, and hopefully you guys will too. How do you approach each one? How do you guys approach your songwriting process? Do you have any rituals or routines?
Okay, we do. We kind of have it down to I don't want to say a science now, but we've been doing it enough to where there's a workflow.
I'll have a format, a winning formula.
Right. And I will say this: we don't write songs. I mean, I've written some myself that are just in my notes on my phone.
Okay.
I don't know if Will has written any songs himself, but as
really.
far as lyrics, we don't really.
Okay.
That's a big part, but putting together songs and song structure is where we come in. So
that's where your strengths is.
Yes.
You can take a turd and polish it. Right?
You can say that.
But you can take somebody's idea and elevate it.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
And we're very lucky that the people that come in
are already talented. Sundance Head, Chad Ware.
Yeah, and those guys are no-brainers. But,
right.
Even some of the young people. We have a guy named Dylan Matthews. Can you play a little
Yeah.
Dylan Matthews.
Is he another Texas guy?
He
Texas, lives right outside of town.
Jesus
young.
Christ, let's get him on Audio Impact at the Conroe.
18 or 19 or so.
Is he able to break it and play it acoustically potentially?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Listen to this guy's voice, and he wrote this song.
Okay.
So,
And y'all help with the whole production.
Yeah, we did this
He
probably
came with-
about 4 hours.
he came with a list of words.
What's his name again?
Dylan Matthews.
Dylan Matthews, guys. Be sure to follow this up-and-coming Texas artist.
Now listen to this guy's voice for a second. It might not come through well in there, but
I'm fine, thanks for asking. You can just write your number on that napkin. I'm leaving soon.
He's not Nashville right now making records?
this is the first recording, first song he's ever written, the first recording he's ever done. And
Guys, he sounds like an angel. If you guys can't hear.
I feel like he's Keith Whitley, like.
Oh my
reincarnated,
God!
man.
That's exact. Look at the goosebumps when you said
he
Keith
does.
Whitley.
We recorded it and we spent days in here, but you still get goosebumps.
Don't let
when you hear that kid sing,
what's her name, Morgan, hear that song.
Yeah.
Just, oh my
Hey
God.
man, like I say, when we're getting back
Jesus.
to spreading the love, and everybody's welcome. I'm sure that Dylan would love for Morgan Wallen to grab a hold of that too.
Right.
Yeah.
But please, let's get him on Audio Impact
Yeah.
show on Thursdays. I mean, he's amazing.
Sure enough.
You said he could break them down.
Oh, yeah.
Him and his acoustic.
Oh, yeah.
Because we only ask when you come into Texas Songwriters Alliance Audio Impact, it's really is set up for acoustic. So guys that are really masters of the acoustic, there's nothing. They don't have to bring no amp. They have to, everything is super pro there.
Yeah.
And we're going to get you back. We're going to get both of you guys. Matter of fact, forget that. We're going to get all three of your partner, Lyndon, and all of you guys, when we can, come up there. We tape on Wednesdays. I know it's going to be super tough, but we tape Wednesdays downtown 300 West Davis, a beautiful downtown Conroe. And we definitely want to get you in there maybe sometime in September or October. I know your dance card is full, y'all. I'm not even halfway through these guys, okay? So let's get to this, man, and I'm going to try to make these questions like 2 for 1 kind of thing.
Yeah, let's do it.
that works great, and I don't even know what time it is, but I'll answer this question that you just asked, but about the process.
Yes.
Real simple.
Yes.
They show up with either, we like to have an iPhone demo of them playing it on the guitar. That's best.
Mm-hmm.
But we've even gotten just a verse and a chorus written down.
I know I can.
And we've built it from
Trust
there.
me, I know I could grab my 12 string right now out of my car.
Yeah.
And I have a very particular style. I play only with my band Acoustic Halo, even though I'm missing the rhythm section, but I necessarily don't need one for a recording process, right?
Right.
So my band Acoustic Halo, we're a Christian rock band, and I do, at about 3 years ago, I figured out, not the tapping that Eddie Van Halen does is more lead, but I do a thing, and I made up the term percussive finger tapping, and now I can go, and I miss you so much, I think about you all the time, and my guys and my buddies that go to MIT, XYT, and Bass Institute, and Berkeley, they're like, you don't even know what you're playing, do you? And I went, no, I don't, but does it sound good? Like, damn it, Lozano, yes. And I'm like, and it's kind of cool because I get to hang out with these guys that are like Eric Avenger. I haven't heard your music, but obviously you wouldn't be here if you weren't good, and just amazing stuff. So let me get back to all these questions here. All right,
Yeah, come on.
All right, here we go.
I feel like I'm taking a test.
No, now this one is absolutely my favorite one, so think about this for a while. Take all your time on this one because this is my favorite question, and I didn't need AI make this one up. I did it all by myself, y'all. Okay, here it goes. If y'all had a chance to work with 3 famous artists who are no longer with us, who would they be? Let's start with you first.
Man, I mean, the first one that comes to mind for me is Prince.
Dude, Hamilton does the best Prince. You hear that? The best Prince. Prince would be flipping out. I mean, if you ever have a chance to see Hamilton, and when he does his Prince, he blows it away. I mean, Prince would be jumping up, going like, "What's up?"
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I've just heard incredible stories about working with him both in live shows,
worked himself to death
in the studio.
It
just but I mean a true musical genius
without a doubt. Who else?
Let's see. You want to take the next one?
Number 2.
I will expand on that.
I was going to do you.
Hey, going back to Texas, the Texas music scene, the Texas, just the talent we have here. Our friend, who we have a friendly, I don't know what friendly quarrel going back and forth. AJ Vallejo.
Yeah.
He runs Green Studios in
I'm friends with
Green
Mike
Hall.
Erskine and those guys. I'm trying to get into doing it because he's from the famous Vallejo brothers. I know his cousin Philip Vallejo, who's a Texas blues guy, whatever. So you have a little thing.
So
super talented.
So I grew up. Vallejo was one of the bands that these guys are originally from El Campo, and somehow they went to Alabama, and then they came back here, and they were on like
another set of
records and all.
Austin,
Yeah, they're definitely an Austin. They're an Austin band, and Vallejo, I think for the most part, was an Austin band.
Erskine Entertainment, way to go, Mike.
Yeah, there you go. But Vallejo and just to. I still, to this day, like for 25 years or longer, have been jamming their records.
The same way with the Sagne brothers.
Oh yeah. And
but
I
actually got to do a show with Vallejo, but it was years ago when JD first opened up Concert Pub North.
Yeah, wow, awesome. So to get back to tying it in with Will, AJ, huge Prince fan, had a tribute deal that he did for a while, and I just when he said that, man, I mean, Prince would be an amazing person to record with.
So that would be one of
that we would definitely have to call AJ and be like, AJ, come on over, man.
Right.
Dude, we got Prince, dude. So
but
anyway,
who were the other 2?
Let's see. Second one for me would be Tom Petty. Easy.
Oh, God. I've been. There was a chance. I was talking to a friend of mine in California. We were actually talking about putting on a Tom Petty festival.
Wow.
And just to tribute something to them, but I thought Los Angeles said, nah, I'm not going to do that.
Okay, so I'm gonna plug our friend Matt Davis.
Okay.
He owns Main Street Crossing.
He
owns Main Street Crossing, and he has a band, a tribute band called Tomball Petty. And I'm talking.
That's the guy in Tomball that played the Main Street. That's his spot.
His spot, dude.
Let's do an interview. I want to do an interview then because it's a very successful place. Man.
I can't book Matt Davis, but I love Matt Davis, and he is one of the very few people that I randomly pick up the phone and say, hey man, I love you. Right. Because I love that guy. I absolutely love him. If you've never had the opportunity to go to Main Street Crossing to see a show, it is such a treat. It is one of the greatest listening rooms in Houston. It's very very much like the Mucky Duck, but a little bit more wide open.
Right.
Yeah.
More room.
What's the seating capacity? About 150?
So it's intimate.
I
would say it's intimate,
right.
And those people care about where you sit. They give you assigned seating, and they make sure that you are comfortable, that you have a good view, that the service there is excellent.
It sounds like the same model of that hit songwriter who opened up Do Si Do. I haven't met him, but he's a famous guy. He's written a bunch of famous songs.
Yeah. He's also another, and I'm connected. If we talk about the media company, I'm connected with them a little bit on the media side, but same kind of thing. And again, getting back to the true love of Texas, it's Main Street and Do Si Do are right there next to each other, but they work with each other. They make it works. Nobody's fighting.
It's a winning formula.
There's so many music lovers around that I think that there's.
I'll never forget when I saw that place for the first time, because one of my longtime sponsors, I want to give a big shout out to the heavy metal queen of Texas, undisputed champ, my girl Kat James of Alpine and Troublemaker, legendary band. She used to be called Troublemaker, really the queen of metal. some kind of a cancer. I mean, I think if you live long enough, you're going to get some kind of cancer. Something's
bad.
Gonna get you. You know?
Yeah.
Born with one foot in the grave, y'all.
Yeah. So Tom Ball Petty, Main Street Crossing.
Yeah, check them out.
I will.
Yeah.
Now we got one more.
One more.
Let's see. Musician-wise, I'd love to work with Taylor Hawkins, of course. Talking about Foo Fighters, great drummer.
Oh, the late drummer, the badass guy who just passed away a year or so ago.
Yeah, gone too soon. Yeah. I mean, just an excellent drummer. I'd love to work with him in the studio.
Awesome. Now, your top
Dude.
three.
So, I mean, that's such a tough question.
Yeah.
It is an extremely tough question.
It's only a 1 hour show.
Yeah. The first person that came to mind is like, wow, let's do Stevie Ray. That would be awesome.
Sure.
Yeah, Stevie Ray would be cool. Prince would be cool. Sinatra. I would love to have
Blue Eyes, baby.
I would love to have Sinatra come in here. And hey, man, let's put Buddy Rich on drums. You know?
Oh, my
God.
You know, I gotta tell you, I've always curious to, because everybody knew the influence of Frank Sinatra, and for some reason, just being the way I think, I've always wondered, you know, a lot of people probably didn't talk any shit to that guy. I'm wondering how many people he had whack.
No comment.
No comment. Next question. Frank Sinatra, we love you, and your whole Sinatra fan.
Yeah, hey, I've been a Sinatra fan. My friend Alan Huff, Alan Huff, gold record winner, love him to death. He's a Tony Bennett fan, and I respect it a lot.
Tony Bennett, legend.
Something about Sinatra, man. You go and watch him. I don't know. I just like the
dude,
image.
and not just that, an incredible actor. Just watch From Here to Eternity. Any of his stuff, it doesn't matter. He even played a couple of movies where he's like a detective, real hardcore. Forget the name of him.
Hell, let's record Elvis, dude.
Yeah,
dude, that's the name of my cat. Don't even talk to me. No. Real quick, let me tell you my Elvis story. So, big Elvis fans. We know that 88,000 people showed up in 1977 when he passed away. Fans, a couple of them were killed by cars. Well, anyway, me and my mom were crying all day long. We couldn't believe it. And the funniest thing, I've already told this story a few times, but you guys are here for the first time. So I've always been an athlete, you know, sports, team player. I've always believed. I never had a problem. I was always the guy who loved to take the last shot. I didn't have a problem being the hero or the zero. Give me the ball. I want to take it, right? So the kids across from me, because it was just right when I was learning that I was becoming prolific at running down quarterbacks, so I became a defensive end.
All right.
And I was running like close to a 4.6 40 back in the day when I was in shape and not a womp belly and old, right? So the kid across from me, I got tears in my eyes because I'm still tripping out on Elvis's dad. And we're playing in a game with these guys. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to destroy you. Elvis died. I told him that. I said, I'm gonna sack you. I'm gonna get your cord. Everybody, and sure enough, man, nobody could stop me. And they're going, please don't, you know, almost like the water boy. I'm not even. You can't make this shit up. I mean, but, yeah,
that's hilarious.
Next question,
Yeah.
and we're moving right along. And this is another one that's going to be great for you guys because I already know, without knowing, that y'all are some gearheads. So this one here.
Yeah.
So to say the least, right?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Both of y'all, we'll start with Stormy first. What are your favorite guitars, bass, and amps to play live and in the studio with?
Dude, so
the short version.
Yeah, I'll definitely give you the short version. I love Martin guitars. I've got a Martin guitar at home that I love. So that if I had to pick an acoustic guitar, it'd be a Martin guitar. Mm-hmm. Roger Krager, he has a Collins guitar, which are, that's what Lyle Lovett plays in a lot of the.
What's it called?
It's a Collins.
Oh, I've just recently
guitar.
Heard of them.
They're very, very famous. Built here in Texas. Beautiful, and man, they sound great. I love that guitar. I could never own one myself. That's not how I make my money with acoustic guitar.
Right.
But I mean, they're very, very expensive, and from what I understand, hard to get. Those are amazing guitars. I like recording. Anytime that he plays that on stage or record with, you can tell you're like, wow, it's a really good guitar. But I love Martin guitars. John Carroll, who does a lot of our guitar work here, has a Collins as well. Okay. So we get to record one quite often, but we love that. I'll just speak about on the road, dude. I use Mesa amplification. Okay. I've had great luck with it.
That's Mesa Boogie.
Yeah, Mesa Boogie. Okay. So I've been through a 610 cab, a couple of 210 and 15 cabs. Right now I'm using a 210 and a 15 cab, and and the Mesa carbine head, which is what it is. But I also play a modulus bass, which modulus it's actually a flea signature. It's a graphite and it's a composite and graphite
polymer
carbon fiber neck. So what happens is it stays in tune. It doesn't move. Like if you stick it in the trailer and it's 100 degrees.
Arm plane.
No deal.
Wow.
It's usually always in tune.
You tune it what, once a year?
Yeah,
maybe?
once a year.
Once a leap year.
Every 4 years. Or mainly when I change strings, it's like I gotta retune it again. But yeah, so that's what I do. Modulus because of the durability of it. I mean, same thing with Mesa. I mean, the first Mesa amp that I got, it was 13 years. I had it in the rack. I plugged it in, turned it on every day for 13 years, and never a problem. The gig that I was playing that night, and you have to understand, the vents in the back are covered.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
nothing,
no airflow,
eat.
nothing.
And your shit's getting
and
hot.
it's been doing that for 13 years.
Right.
That's the way it's been for 13 years. No problem. Well, this particular night, I mean, it blew. Not only did my amp blow up, my amp blew up, but the speakers did some kind of strange thing.
You almost brought down the venue.
All the speakers just blew out. And it was enough so to where Mesa was like, hey dude, pull all the speakers out and send them back to us. They replaced them for free, but they're like, dude, we got to see what happened because we don't even know what happened.
Yeah, right.
And the only thing that I could
ghost in the machine.
Yeah, the only thing I could think of, somebody sent like 230 volts to it or something while we were playing.
Right.
I had no idea what happened. But
one of the coolest bass amps I ever saw, and I never know because I'm not a gearhead, I don't know that, but I always liked the design of the. I know I'm going to say it right. Hartke.
Yeah, that was the first amp I have, and we have a great friend here, Sundance's bass player.
Oh,
Dave Walters is a big Hartke guy.
Okay, yeah, they sound really good.
They sound really good.
Great amp.
Is that the guy he's playing with right now?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I saw him over at Sawyer Ice House.
Yeah, so he's got a Hartke rig. He loves them. I used to love them too. I don't know why I eventually got away from them. Actually, I'll tell you why. I got away from them because back in the day when I was first starting out in music, they had a couple of companies like American Music Supply or Musician's Friend.
Right.
They would do these deals like, hey, 3 payments or 6 payments. Put it on a credit card, we'll bill you in 6 easy payments.
Payment plans.
So I had to go with whatever company had, like one company dealt with Mesa, one company dealt with Trace Elliott or whatever. So I would go with whichever company would give me the longest payment plan. It just so happened that, okay, it's Mesa. I'm going to buy a Mesa amp. And I fell in love with it. So
there you go.
Yeah. Anyway, and
right.
Will, dude, I'll say this because Will.
Bring it up.
Will gets the space here.
Yeah.
This is a Marcus Miller. Marcus Miller he's a bass player, world renowned. But this is Will's bass, and this is called a Sire 7.
P7, I think.
P7.
Who
it's
makes
a
that?
Sire bass.
Sire.
So Sire
Yeah.
makes these
Yeah.
basses, and
I've never heard of that company. I mean,
So-
not that don't mean anything.
yeah. So I've been playing this in the studio quite a bit lately because I normally play Ernie Ball in the studio,
Right.
But my 5-string is shipped back to California to Ernie Ball to be rebuilt.
Okay.
Because it had some problems.
Right.
The truss rod actually broke.
Jesus, look at
Anyway, so we've been playing
gorgeous
this.
that is.
And this thing is an awesome bass.
Oh, it's so clean.
It sounds great. It looks great. It's light. It feels
Ready
good.
to be slapped.
So yeah, it's slapping a bass.
Yeah, no, but very affordable, great,
affordable.
great build quality.
And I guess y'all usually play in standard and stuff like that, right?
Yes,
For the most part, yeah.
occasionally we. Occasionally we'll tune down, but usually as a bass player, I stay tuned up.
Yeah.
There you go, some Van Halen bass.
Oh my God! Oh, it's so lightweight. Even my old country ass gun. That's nothing.
But that's
man.
another thing about the modulus is it's probably half as light as this.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
wow.
It's
Yeah.
really good.
Another great instrument that's worthy of note here at the studio is definitely our organ. It's a
Oh, hand B.
Yeah.
It's a
1954, and I get a call from Jesse Robb Jr. one day.
Collector's item, by the way. That.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I get a call from Jesse Robb Jr. one day, and we had already opened up this place. We moved over here from our previous studio, and he's like, "Hey man,
Got something for you."
well, he's like, I saw one of my friends owns one of those places that buys out warehouses, So they went and bought out this warehouse, and they brought all this stuff back to an antique shop, and he's like, dude, I don't really know what this thing is, but the only time that I've ever seen one was at your studio. So you want to call? He needs some information on it. You want to call this guy?
Holy
So
shit.
so I called the guy and I went there and I looked at it and it was sure enough it was what's called a C2 organ. I can give you the whole history on the C2
Right.
and B3, but the C2 is the church version of a B3 organ. Basically. Okay. There's a C3, but there's also a C2, and the difference is a small percussion module, which
Is there a C3PO?
Probably so. But nonetheless, Jesse called me and gave me the information on it. I called his friend and said, "Hey man, what do you got?" And he explained it to me, sent me a couple pictures, and I said, "Well, it looks like an organ. I'd come up and look at it."
What a sweet sound.
Yeah. So I went and looked at this organ, and it was just there's it would be $1,000 to figure out if it worked or not.
Right,
you have to call somebody out and say, "Hey, look, we need this particular cable. We need this
Did you
to
do
go
it?
through." Well, I told him that. I gave him the information. I said, here's the guy to call. I gave him his number. I said, call this guy. He'll come out. He'll probably charge you, $500 to $1,000 to come out here. And
It's
then
a serious instrument.
and then when you get it done, you probably have an organ that's worth a few grand, $3 or $4 grand.
You'll be able to double your money
Right.
easily. Yeah.
So he said, okay.
Everybody wants to use these, especially the blue rhythm guys.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. That
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We have people that come to the studio just for the organ.
Right.
But anyway, so I take off in my truck and he calls me about literally 30 minutes later and says, "Hey man, would you give me $500 for it?" I said, and you have to understand it's a risk because now I have to go pick it up and leave it somewhere.
You're like
call somebody to
the pawn
pay.
shop
Yeah.
guys. You're
Exactly.
taking a risk.
So-
You don't know if you're going to have to.
So I said, well, let me make a phone call, and I did. So I was able to go and get my trailer, got the trailer, went back over there, paid him $500 and brought it back.
Licking your chops.
Well, I was worried because I was like,
You didn't know.
$500 a lot of money.
Could have been a turn.
And now I have this huge thing that what am I going to do with it? I can't even move it.
Yeah.
So anyway, we
Where am I
called
putting this thing?
we called Benton Electronics, who George Benton, another connection that I got through Alan Huff. But Benton Electronics, he has a organ service company that goes around and services organs for churches. He came in and he spent half a day here.
And he MacGyvered it.
Dude, not only did he MacGyver it, he took everything apart. I'm talking. There would be the
Like
cabinet,
taking
the
the gun
Leslie
apart and
cabinet,
putting it back and just everything.
completely. And as a matter of fact, he put it all back together, turned it on. I was like, something. I don't know.
He went
something's not
deep
working.
dive into your organ.
He undid it. He took it all apart again, put it back together, greased a certain spot or something, and said, "Here you go."
Humpty Dumpty it all the way.
He refurbished the whole organ. It's a completely refurbished 1954 Hammond C2 organ.
Collector's item worth
It sounds
2 to 3 times what you paid for.
sure enough, and it sounds phenomenal.
Right.
That's the best part about it.
Right.
And I always say that about the studio. I'm going to mention Alan Huff a lot because he has a big influence. But he always says, Stevie Wonder doesn't care what a studio looks like. All he cares about is what it sounds like and what it smells like. So as you see, we try to keep the place clean.
We respect you, Stevie. You know what's up, baby.
Yeah, love it, man. So, and then I think the best thing about our studio is our sound, and it's because we use the real instruments. We use the organic instruments. We aren't going to go and program a B3 organ.
I've got a great little anecdote to that. I was doing a session here a couple of weeks ago, and the client was kind of Skyped in remotely.
Right.
I was doing a pass on the organ, and he was just beside himself. He's like, "Man, that organ sounds amazing. What plugin is that? You got to tell me what plugin is that." It's like, man, this is the real thing.
This is the real thing.
This is why it sounds.
And he
so
was blown
good.
away.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, he's like, oh
Yeah,
my
it's
god.
like, no, this is what it should sound like.
That is awesome, man.
That's funny.
So I just had to mention that.
You took a calculated risk and it paid off big time.
Yeah, and it's been on so many records.
You can't count that high.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a
So
lot.
before this organ, Alan Huff would have to bring his whole rig over here, haul it from Clear Lake or whatever.
Nightmare.
We found through at one point a friend of ours named Phil Pritchett, who lives up in Dallas. He's a producer and a
I've
singer-songwriter
heard
up
the name
there.
before.
And that guy, he's I can't say enough good things about that guy. He hasn't really been around too much lately, but I mean back in the day, I've seen him burn down the house, man. And he's a phenomenally talented force. So anyway, he called us one day and said, "Hey, I got this organ." And so we went and picked this organ up. It was the the strangest organ. We've got pictures. It was a white Hammond organ, and it was a smaller organ. It kind of looked like a baby grand piano, and it had the Leslie and everything.
Like a mini-me.
Exactly. So that was our very first organ, and man, we played it. He had it on. It's on a lot of records. That one's on a lot of records. So,
So in other words, they have amazing gear, next level. Bruce Lee beating the shit out of Chuck Norris gear. So.
God, who would win that?
Listen,
I don't know, man.
I'm just speed over.
I'm gonna go with Chuck because he's still alive.
Right. Hey,
Chuck, you got it, Chuck.
Go, Chuck. We know you tough, man. You know I love you. This is another question I liked here. I think you guys are doing. Can you tell me what has been the most challenging aspect of your music career so far?
Man,
That's a good
let me tell
question.
you, Alex, dude, challenge. For music, the musical business or the musical career.
Are we in no rush? Are we cool?
I'm in no rush.
Good.
What time is it?
Because we're rocking and rolling, guys.
Almost
Oh, we're
noon.
perfect. We're perfect.
Yeah, we're good.
We're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, challenges. Let me tell you, dude.
Take your
where do we
numbers.
start? Yeah, because I mean, let's just talk about making music in Houston.
Yes.
Okay. In Houston, are a major, metropolis.
Yes.
Yeah. Even I had this problem up in Huntsville where I started, but it's we need a space that we can make noise round the clock. Number
24/7.
That's the first challenge. Okay. The second challenge, which is more so lately, and this doesn't include paying rent and taxes and personal property taxes. We pay taxes on these chairs.
Yeah.
Would you believe it?
Other-
on everything.
Other
Everything.
bills,
All the bills.
Everybody's got to get paid.
Yeah, everything. So all of that, the financial aspect of being in the music business is a challenge, and especially for as a recording studio, we work with a lot of younger artists that don't have a budget.
Yeah.
And our philosophy is we're in it for the music. We aren't getting rich. There really aren't Maseratis outside. If you're wondering.
There really are. No Lamborghini.
Yeah, unfortunately.
They have the Hot Wheel set. That's
Yeah,
it.
right. Exactly.
Yeah. So the financial side of it has always been a challenge. But now the latest challenge that we have, Alex, besides we also lease a space. That's been part of our business plan.
Sure.
But the rent rises and rises. But where we rent is right next door to a HISD elementary school. Okay.
Oh no.
Well,
Here it comes.
beginning of last year. I mean, now we're used to having a playground. I mean, there's a playground out there. It's no
Sure.
big deal. Every once in a while you can hear a kid yelling or
I
something.
know they do something about a live music venue bullshit.
Well,
sound thing.
we've lucked out because the playground is in between us and the school, so they don't.
Oh, so it's like a gap.
Yeah. And when you go outside this building, it's insulated enough to where you can't really hear
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
But at the beginning of
Always
the summer,
a but.
yeah, the beginning of the summer, me and Will show up over here, and there's a 60-ton excavator next door knocking down the elementary school.
Oh no.
Completely leveled it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking heavy
Stay away
machinery.
from my studio.
Yeah, heavy machinery, all that stuff. And now, if you look over there, they're almost. I mean, they're rebuilding the frame. It's going to open not this August, but next August. So we have a full year of them doing construction next door that may or may not hurt us.
Yeah,
I mean,
because of the
at times-
soundproofing.
Exactly, and at times, here's the other thing. At times, that 60-ton crane or whatever they have over there is flying I-beams over this building. Just
Oh, could easily just drop right on you.
it's
Dude, crazy.
hopefully not easily
No.
because they have it's a very professional organization over there.
Oh, he's already
there's
done
all
his
kinds of
R&D.
safety.
He's like, I don't want
Yeah,
people
sure.
Oh yeah.
5,
All kinds of
15-ton beams.
Yeah, they have safety teams and all that
Yeah.
over there. So
Yeah.
so for sure, I feel that we're safe. But that's just the stuff that happened. I mean, if
That
you don't
is a
think
challenging aspect.
Absolutely. If you don't think a Neumann microphone won't pick up a 60-ton crane hauling a
Oh, it
I-beam
will.
over you,
It will.
It will.
Oh my gosh.
But anyway, so there's challenges all over the place. Will has his own unique set of challenges as far as being in the music business and living in Houston.
Man,
and,
forget that. He's got the dream job, man.
it's I do feel that once we get here and everything is all taken care of, then
yeah. It seems like, and I love what you said about the money part, to where it's not the most important thing. You know, it sounds like I guess you can. I mean, almost all businesses make payment plans or whatever. I don't know.
Sure, we do. We take payment plans.
Yeah,
we work with everybody that we can. You know, in any way that we can. We've definitely been burned a couple of times, which isn't great. My lawyer likes it when that happens.
Oh yeah.
But other than that,
hey man, I just got a new Ferrari. He didn't pay his bills. And
yeah, exactly. So he's gonna come after you. But other than that, man, like I said, getting back to the good people that we've had through here, we're very blessed.
Now you're probably at a damn near 99% success rate and 1%, maybe 95. I mean, that would, you know, that is such a high percentage, man. Anybody would love to have that kind of success. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. We got a few more questions, guys, but we're in no rush, and we are. And I told you this last night. This is the deep dive with Stormy Cooper Media. This is another cool question I think you guys are going to like, and we'll let Will jam this one first.
Yeah.
How do you stay creative and motivated in such a competitive in such a competitive industry?
Psychedelics.
Right, yeah. No,
And a lot of trust. He didn't even let me finish, man, but he knew what I was going to say. Right? Nostradamus over here.
For me, it's all about, you know, the time that you spend away from the studio. You really got to make it count in terms of, you know, your R&R. So, you know,
that's the way you recharge and reboot and come back here and be positive when you're going, man, that guy, he's not really my cup of tea. I don't really want to be there.
Right.
You know, paid, it's my job.
Right. No, I love all my clients. Yeah. I love working with all my clients.
I love all my clients.
There's that one.
I always say, I love all of my clients. I love them as far as I can throw them.
Right, exactly. No, but for me, it's all about just really taking the time to recharge. You know, go out, spend time with friends, go on little trips here and there, eat some good food. Yeah. You know, and just really leave work at work. Yeah. You know, and just have fun.
Even though while you're doing that and you're doing all that, we already know in the back of your meta, you're already mixing.
Oh yeah,
I mean, you can't shut that out. You know, you're multi.
Really
you might be there and eating that cheesecake, hanging out with your new girlfriend, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But no, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What about you, my friend?
So
stay creative.
I mean,
how can you not? You're around so many creative people 24/7.
Well, that's one of the I guess I'm lucky in that sense.
Well, you've made your own.
Yeah, and Sundance head. Who we should play one of his latest songs. But he's like, as soon as he writes a song, he sends it to me. Just him and a guitar, and it's like,
dude,
most of the time,
put on his newest track right now.
Most of the time,
Sundance Head, Stormy Cooper Media, and one of the best singer-songwriters in the world.
Absolutely, singer and songwriter. He's
and a very, very nice guy.
Absolutely, the full package. But I mean, he'll send me just him and an acoustic guitar, just a little video, and I'm looking at it and being like,
I know, another one.
It's amazing.
I know,
it's amazing.
He doesn't surprise you.
Let's play his. You're gonna have to fast forward to kind of when he gets in on the vocals. Yeah. But play his first one, and then I'm gonna play you. Man, he did one last week.
And let's not go through the whole song, but
no,
just a little tip. Because like you said, you're dealing with a world-class performer.
Sure.
I've seen the videos of him talking about he loves this place.
He loves this place.
I mean, he loves it, like straight up. And he's not going to go anywhere else, I don't think, ever.
We'll get back to the small world thing.
Yeah.
When I was in rock bands, you know, kind of playing on the north side of Millennium and stuff like that.
I'm going to have to stand up
Absolutely.
too. Woo, man.
Which one do you want to spin?
The very first one.
18 years. Out the Kiss tune?
Yeah, exactly. Kind of crank it up to the beginning.
I saw the video of him going into the studio and he was talking about his amps that he likes to have. Yeah. And he did a little video here and he's like, oh man, I'm like a little kid in a candy store.
Yeah, sure. So Sundance. So this is we've just got a complete record for him. How many songs are on there? Like 14, 13?
15.
15 songs.
15 song.
A 15 song record from Sundance coming up. I swear he spits it out.
He has another 15 in his head.
Absolutely. He probably has more than that, to be honest. But anyway, he had another one that he put out last week that's just solely for the flood victims. It came to him.
I think did he put that up on Facebook?
He just put it up on Facebook,
I saw that.
and we helped him just convert that into art.
Another thing, guys, keep donating to the Central Texas flood there in Kerrville. the Guadalupe River will never be the same.
Yeah. Hey, Alex, if we could let me say a couple of things about that. The Green Light Organization. Search AJ Vallejo and look up the Green Light Organization. Donate there. Look up Josh Weathers and look at his. I believe it's called Love Like You Mean It Foundation. Those two foundations are doing great things for that cause.
Please, guys, donate today.
Donate, do whatever you can for those situations.
Also, I want to bring to light that a really good friend of yours, Shannon, was struck and hit by a car in Austin, Texas, and got some severe damage, spinal injury, lots of injuries. She's gonna be on the mend for a long time. So tell us a little bit about Shannon.
So Shannon Ford, you can look her up. You can look it up on my Facebook or just type in Shannon Ford there. Shannon, we do all the musicians in Texas, Oklahoma. We do all these music festivals, and when you get to a music festival, you don't know where to park. You don't know what gate to come into. You don't know where to park. You don't know where you get your passes. Where do you eat? Where do you go to the bathroom? Just all the stuff that just you don't know when you get to a new place. Right. Well, Shannon has for years and years and years has been the point of contact for some of those major festivals.
The coordinator.
Exactly. And so when you show up, you talk to Shannon,
she brings it all together.
She lays it out for you and gives you everything you need.
A serious multitasker. She's worked at Texas festivals, so
absolutely. She's out there in the heat or the cold. She's up in Steamboat Springs. She travels.
Right.
She was in Steamboat for a number of years, and now I think we finally got her down here in Texas.
But that's where she got struck. Was in Austin.
Yeah, in Austin.
Walking down the street.
Yeah, walking. I believe she was crossing the street. I don't know much about the details, but I do know that she is just a wonderful person. We actually got to spend some time together down in Cabo just back in June or whatever that was, just a month or so ago. Again, she helped us get organized and do all the stuff down there, and just a phenomenal help in the music business as a whole. If you find it in your heart to give to her, that would be great.
I've never had the pleasure of meeting this incredible woman. I can't wait until I do. Definitely give to Shannon Ford, guys.
Yeah, there you go. So we're gonna play a little bit of Sundance's new record, just a clip so you can see and
just a taste of Sundance.
Yeah. I know you don't. Probably his reputation precedes himself for sure, but
no, he's such a humble cat.
Like I say, there's 15 songs. I can't get past the first 3 because they're so good. I gotta put them on repeat. But here's the first one.
Okay.
Love it.
Name of the song?
18 Years.
18 Years by Sundance Head. The one and only winner of The Voice, guys.
Biggest range I've seen.
That almost sounds
Oh yeah. Definitely Kiss. I mean, his Kiss influence coming out.
Yes, he's definitely not one. He's definitely not one-dimensional. Sundance Head, amazing artist.
So, and even going back to the small world aspect of the music business, man.
Right.
So I was up in Huntsville playing in a rock band up there with the guy Wade Wolf that I had mentioned earlier, and we would travel around and we would open for other bands at places like Millennium and Hurricane Alley and
Paul Shaver's place back in the day.
Wow. Area 51 was
Millennium Rock in Houston. That's actually where I got my start. Like I told you, in my 1994, I did a thing. I'm sure you heard of it because you remember that ABC radio was satellite.
Yeah.
And it was Z-Rock. And Millennium, the multimillionaire Craig James, I was working there as a bouncer, and that's where I got into that altercation and became the promotions director. And my very first thing I did was a thing you probably heard of because it was all over the place. It was where I did my first voiceover work. I did a thing called the Guitar Master Series, $20,000 in cash and prizes. put a little Joe Satriani, a little Eruption, and that's where I told you was like, I'm the next Joe Satriani. No, you're not.
No, you're not.
No, you're not. You're not the next Stevie Ray or any of those guys.
So Wade and I used to travel around in high school. We would go over to the Richmond Strip or up to Millennium, before we could get into a lot of these clubs.
Dennis Lane.
Yeah, Dennis Lane. Yeah. So I ended up doing some shows for him eventually, but we would go see Mystic Cross.
Dude, Joe Kane, that's my boy. Joe Kane, dude. Stormy
Mystic
Cooper
Cross,
knows
dude.
oh my God.
We would love to go out there like a rainbow in the dark.
Dude, that's
they
my
just
boy.
killed it, man.
Yeah.
No,
We
I
love
mean, I'm
it.
telling you, Joe Kane actually on my show about 8 months ago on Texas Songwriters Alliance Audio Impact. I mean, for a local guy, he had like 2,300 views, and a lot of people don't know that he is badass. Joe Kane is badass.
Oh, yeah.
He's got great.
So they were a badass band. They brought it. I mean,
all of those guys.
I'm talking like, and I have complete respect for any musician, especially in Texas, that's going to show up with leather pants and.
Oh my God.
They did it, bro. They did it. But anyway, in the mix of all that,
Big show.
okay, we're playing shows. We're kind of playing shows, trying to get on it. I mean, man, if we could ever open for Mystic Cross, dude, that would be awesome.
You're right.
But in the midst of all that, we came across Sundance, and he has a band called.
Oh, that's right, because Joe Kane is friends with his dad before he passed, and they're like they all know each other.
Yeah, so Temper Scarlet. Sundance had a band called Temper Scarlet. It was him, a guy named Tony Powell. I don't know why I remember that, but a couple of other dudes that Sundance was using. And Sundance was playing bass and fronting the band. And I remember the first time that I saw him, I was like, dude, that was. I mean, he had a voice. His voice alone was so unique and so powerful that it was like
the winner of The Voice.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
he had the voice.
If Sundance went on that show and didn't win that show, there was something wrong with that show.
Yeah, it was
like,
right.
because he is before he.
I saw that. I watched that episode. And he nailed everything he did. He nailed it, and it had to have been the most biggest, mind-blowing thing when Kiss went up there and played with him.
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
I can't even. I don't
For him
know
to
if
be
I'd
a big
be able
fan,
to
and then his son these days. I mean,
Yeah.
dude. I mean, he's dressed in full Kiss costume.
Right.
Going to school and all that. But
What an amazing community that we have here in Houston.
Absolutely. So Sundance and Temper Scarlet was running around, and we got to be buddies with them a little bit, back and forth, and played a number of shows. But
Mr. Cross.
yeah, right.
God, you said that name and just.
I know, man. That was a cool band. But Sundance and Temper Scarlet, I mean, we looked up to them a lot. I mean, it was just an undeniable talent when you go and see him play. It's like, wow, that guy can sing. He can play bass. Wow, that's just phenomenal.
Multi-talented.
Yeah, they had a song. I just still remember one of the songs called "Mysterious Woman," and Sundance will record that, man, just for fun one day, man. He's got 100,000 other songs.
I
that
know,
are probably way
man.
better, but
I know.
that "Mysterious Woman" song. Man, Sundance has a lot of layers. He produced a record. He wrote and produced a record for ZZ Top.
Oh wow!
Complete thing. It kind of went south in the end. I don't think he ended up getting the proper credit for it and all of that.
Wow.
But nonetheless, the talent, man.
Sure.
I mean, that guy is world class talent here.
And great guy. Like I said, I've heard of him for years.
Great family.
Seen videos.
Great family.
But when I saw him play at Sawyer Ice House about 2 months ago, he just smoked everybody like a blunt.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was just
boom,
man. I couldn't believe how amazing
he
is. I mean, he is next level.
Sure enough.
I mean, that's my thing because I'm an ex-martial artist. I'll always be a martial artist. But if you ever hear me make reference to Bruce Lee and you're at the top.
All right. Yeah.
Unless you're a Chuck Norris
All right.
Well, look, we're just flying through here. We still got some more. Jesus Christ, here we go. Question number 10. Now that I'm numbering here, and this is another good one here, and we'll let you attack this one first, buddy. Okay. What advice would you give to aspiring musicians looking to break into the music business?
It's a good question. Some of the best advice I ever got was always be the worst player in your band.
Okay.
And I'll explain that a little bit.
Right.
If
check, got it.
Yeah. When I was a younger musician, I remember joining a band where everybody else in the band was like seasoned musicians, had been playing around for probably as long as I'd been alive.
Right.
A
little intimidating.
Right, but as a young musician looking to, start playing around more, I wanted to rise to that level.
You weren't scared.
Right. Whereas,
you wanted to elevate. You knew you were already there. Man.
Right. And if you're maybe the best player in your band, what's the motivation for trying to get better?
Right.
So that would be my piece of advice.
That's a great piece of advice, guys. Y'all guys listen to these guys. They're experts in the field. It's not their first rodeo. How about you and your advice?
I might rumple that up a little bit, but so if there was a young kid who hasn't invested a lot of money or time or money into the music business or the craft of music at that point, I would greatly encourage that person to go to school. Go through school, and not only, I guess people say have something to fall back on and stuff like that. Well,
that's a part of it.
Yeah, maybe you do have something to fall back on, but go to school. Go to school to learn music. Go to school to, go to.
And you knew real quick you weren't going to be a judge.
Right, exactly.
But yeah,
You're
not here to judge nobody.
Right, exactly. So just go through and live life before you go and just jump everything into music, because music might not get it back to you.
And if you don't jump in there with your floaties on,
exactly. So just keep it as a hobby. It's always there, and today more so than any time. I mean, you've got global distribution at your fingertips.
Okay.
For like $80 you can release a whole record,
right.
and
now with the power of social media, I mean,
global promotion.
Yeah,
I mean, you have that.
And again, darling, thank you for helping me with my socials, because you have to know your strengths and weaknesses. One of my biggest strengths that I've ever developed, that God gave me, is unbridled nerve, and knowing when you don't know something. Find the person who does, and who's badass at it. Sure.
And that's what I'm going to say is the flip side of that. Once you kind of get into the music business, you've got your stable life going. If you're going into hey, I'm going to be a blues man and driving a guitar, hitting the road, well, that's one thing.
That's right.
But if you're going through and kind of going through the motions and putting a good foundation there to where you can have a good stable life with it.
Sure. It's a win-win for everyone.
Absolutely. You can really, really accomplish a lot. But networking,
right.
Once you get into the music business, when you talk about going out and meeting somebody that does the right thing,
right.
Networking is the biggest thing.
It is.
And really because it comes a time when opportunity and your availability is going to have to cross for you to take those things.
And because time is of the essence, and everybody's moving like a Japanese bullet train, it has to be almost perfect time.
Absolutely. And so, but now, when you can get out there and you can network and meet as many people as you can possibly meet, there's more chances for that opportunity.
That is the number one reason I started my podcast, is to not be one-dimensional. I could spend the rest of my life and work with so many amazing artists here in Houston and just beyond here, the outer areas, and still not. It's just like, if you want to, we could, all three of us, spend the rest of our lives and still not go to all the cool places in Texas.
Oh, sure.
In our lifetime.
Hey, I thought that I've seen them all, but no. I mean, there's still...
you're still getting that discovery.
Dance halls that have been there for 100 years, and it's just...
Did you ever play my buddy's place? Scott Arnold used to own the most coolest venue ever. And there's a reason why they built it 600 feet over the Gulf of Mexico. But the Balinese room.
Never played there.
Okay, so check it out. So you know why they built it out 600 feet over the Gulf of Mexico? Well, check it out. Before there was gambling in Vegas and all that, whatever, Galveston was the first hub.
Right.
Well, that place was owned by straight up gangsters. And the deal was, by the time the U.S. Marshals, they have their counter, they had tables. He actually showed me tables that were gambling tables, and then he showed me trap doors where if you didn't pay your stuff, drop you, you're going to get a bull shark. You're going to be part of Shark Week,
Yeah.
Hey, but I'm telling you, when you were talking about Frank Sinatra, just played there. Etta James, and when I'm on the back, hanging out with the bands. Oh, and that's another thing. One of the bands that I'm most proud of that I introduced to the music scene, check these guys out. If you ever have a chance to see these guys live, they make the most baddest band you can think of right now look bad. Check out a band called Nothing More. Johnny Hawkins, they're out of San Antonio. I saw them play right before COVID, open up for another amazing band called Asking Alexander. They're really good at what they do.
Yep.
Okay, they opened up for them at House of Blues right before COVID, and I saw the most freakish thing I've never seen at a concert from famous bands or anything. And I can almost guarantee you've never seen this either from anybody, any concerts that you've ever seen. And what that is, me and my partner sit there and says, "Have you noticed something weird?" In House of Blues upstairs now, what, about 2,000 people?
Ish,
total? Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Packed, right?
Uh-huh.
Nothing more is doing the song. Whatever. I'm talking to my business partner Bear. Much love to you out in Florida. No, what are you talking about, dude? For the last 4 or 5 songs, the singer hasn't sung one bit. The whole fan, almost 2,000 people, or 1,500 of them, were singing all of his songs. I looked over at my partner and I went, "Dude, I feel weird because I have to be kind of a passive fan because I work with so many different bands. I just can't just love on one band, right?" Yeah. So they were doing that. I looked at my buddy and I said these words exactly. I said, "Dude, this is right out of Children of the Corn, dude. This is weird. We better start acting like we're knowing some of these songs, or we're gonna get jumped." But when have you ever seen the most famous band? You've never have. No one can actually say they have seen the audience sing. The singer didn't sing for 5 or 6 songs. The audience sung all.
Yeah.
Right.
Note for note.
Yeah.
And then he gets back doing the same, and he's like, "Wow, nothing more. Check them out. I'm telling you, they will blow your mind."
You have to check out the Wilder Blue. So.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
well, that's your business partner. You know we're gonna be on that. We got to get him on the interview too when he's got a minute.
Yeah. So
do you know where they're playing in Houston?
Don't know, but
they're like a national.
They just played here. I know.
Yeah.
So.
Where do they play at?
Heights Theater.
Yeah.
Oh,
recently.
badass place. Yeah, that ain't no bullshit venue too. I hear it's a great sound, and I never been.
Great place to see a show too. But
I have some other really cool questions for you
Let's
guys
do it.
here. This one is just for you.
Okay.
For this one here, the ONA principle. What motivated you to start your own media company? And I know, and I'm talking about more of the studio part.
Okay.
And what year did you start?
Dude, I couldn't recall what year. I mean, 96. I mean, I did some of my first recordings in like when I was in high school with my friend Wade's house.
Yeah. As you were building your chops, as you were becoming Stormy.
Yeah, so my dad had some recording gear like that reel-to-reel that's back over there, a couple of other things, a couple 4 tracks and 8 tracks and just stuff. So we kind of started recording with that. Up in college, we would turn every rent house that we had into a recording studio.
Now,
and an apartment, would be a recording studio. So I mean, somewhere around there.
Yeah. So somewhere in the early
late 90s.
Okay, right then is when you were just starting to come around to it. Yeah. So a lot of these last questions are in reference to the media company, but with that being said, they're also mixed in with what you're doing on the recording show. So let me go ahead and go through that and see what I got here. This is a good one because it's related to your studio. Don't have to say the media company because we know that's what you do.
Well, I'll explain that. I can explain that too, but
well, go ahead with you. No. You like this. So, how do you balance your responsibilities as a musician and a media and studio company owner?
No sleep. It's easy. No sleep.
It's simple.
Yeah. Wait a minute, we don't want you to pull no prints now. You need to get you some rest, man.
Exactly.
You're not going to work yourself.
No, I do get some sleep, but
and then a 2-hour drive to work every day.
Yeah,
that
has been a task.
That'll wear you down.
Yeah, for sure. But no, man. Sorry about that. It's really hard to say. It will. If it wasn't for Will, like all the wheels would turn.
A lot of things would have slowed down and wouldn't have been at the bullet pace.
It's just in my world, I look at it like we're a system of gear, wheels, cogs.
Cogs, right?
So if one of those cogs doesn't work, or one of them's rusty, or one of them needs grease,
it's going to affect.
It doesn't work.
The body, the rest of the
Somebody gets sick. Will gets sick. Boom, that's one of the cogs gone. So now we're figuring out what
somebody has to pick up the slack.
Yeah, so wow. All that stuff. True. It's a bob and weave. If I had to answer that question with 2 words, it'd be bob and weave, baby.
Here's a question for you, and this is for both of you guys. We'll start with you, Will. Yeah. How do you decide which projects or artists to collaborate through the recording studio?
Ooh, that's a good question. Are you so for clarification, like if we want to put two artists together, or like just who do we work with?
Yeah, who do you
like? What? How do we pick the musicians?
Right, how do you pick them exactly?
Well, really, the biggest.
It sounds like sometimes they pick you guys.
Sure,
yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So we use a couple of different drummers. Walter Cross, Jason Broussard does the bulk of our work. Phenomenal drummer. Yeah. He's a phenomenal technical drummer. He plays live with Roger and Roger's band with me. But he's a phenomenal technical drummer. Can play anything that you put in front of him and make it groove and make it saucy, make it really nice. Walter Cross is the same way. Walter,
they complement each other big time.
Sure, and it's one or the other usually when we're in here. But bass, I'll do it. Or Jeremy Horton, who runs the School of Rocks here in town. Jeremy Horton or Will Story, also another phenomenal bass player.
Oh, I've heard of him.
Yeah, Steve Cargill comes down from Waco to play bass. Who I think all three of those guys. I've known Steve a lot longer, but Jeremy Horton plays with Moses Guest.
So I know Graham.
Yeah.
I just talked to him on the phone. He was up with Jason Price hiking up in Colorado.
Yeah, so we recorded their last single. It's one of the favorite things.
Moses Guest.
Or one of the favorite things that we've recorded here was that song. It's called "All Night Brother." Go listen to that, man. They just kill it. Man.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think Steve Cargill. I've looked up to him as a bass player for ages. He played with guys like Cord Morrow and just Josh Ward, all the guys in town.
Right.
And he's probably one of the best bass players in the country, I think.
Wow.
As far as how
that's a bold statement, and for somebody like you saying it, and you're a pretty good bass player.
He does his lips right.
Oh, he does.
So he's on.
You gotta have the right facial torque.
right.
Totally.
So, but yeah. So we use a number of bass players. The biggest thing that picks our sound, the biggest thing that I think decides our sound is the guitar player.
Oh wow.
So what guitar player are you going to use for what projects? Well,
Chad Ware?
Yeah, Chad Ware. Chad is great at certain things.
Right.
Marion Aquilina is phenomenal at most everything. Same with John Carroll, phenomenal at everything. Bryce,
you just have a stable of badasses.
Bryce Clark. We use him a lot as well. He's very, I would say, organic and fresh. He'll come in and play something that you never heard it.
You didn't expect it. It came out of left field.
That was cool, man.
Damn.
So it just depends. What do we need?
I got to tell you, man. There's no doubt that I definitely want to record a couple of songs here with my band Acoustic Halo. I'm just so impressed and blown away by you guys, and they make payment plans or maybe sponsorship. You never know.
Another guitar player that I'm going to mention is a guy named Wayne Animal Turner. Okay.
Oh, what a great nickname!
Well, he
the
played,
Animal.
He played in Hank Jr.'s Bama band for 30 years. If you're familiar with
Bocephus.
If you're familiar with Bocephus, it's a guy that wears a top hat, plays Les Paul. Okay, so that's Wayne Animal Turner.
Didn't he used to play with 38 Special or with
he's probably done with all those guys.
Allman Brothers and all those guys.
So anyway, he lives here in town, and he's come over and he played on a project called. I think it was just a self-titled album called the Cody Rhodes.
Right.
So Cody Rhodes, CODYRHODES. Go and listen to that record. That one has some of the best guitar work on it that I think we've ever had.
Right.
That dude, man, he was.
And guys,
when you talk about seasoned, like Will was talking about seasoned players, seasoned.
Right.
John Carroll is seasoned. Bryce, all these guys are seasoned, but when you have somebody who's been doing it for 50 years,
veterans of 1,000 cycles,
they got seasoned. You know what I mean? So he was that guy. So.
Tony Saturate's man.
Yeah, exactly.
all of the hot sauce, guys. We're getting close to the end, but we still have a ways to go because we're doing the ultra deep dive.
Yeah, sure. And I'll explain the whole media aspect because it's a question that I've fielded before or field often enough. But why are we a media company instead of just a recording studio? Well, that goes back to when I first started and what I had kind of the original vision that I had for the studio. There's a guy here in town.
Real quick, I'm sorry. So with that being said, what you're about to tell me was going to be the next question. So
jumping ahead,
what role do you see your media and recording company playing in the future of the music industry? That's about what you
yeah. So that's a slightly different question, but also a good one too. When we first started, I was cued in on a guy named Bill Moffitt, who in
legend.
Houston, in Houston he's a radio production legend. He's
Moffitt Production,
Landmark Chevrolet, or
the Houston Texans.
Monster Trucks. You know, he does all
those
of
are my
those,
favorite.
all of those.
My ESPN Monster Truck guy.
Yeah, live in the Astrodome. You know, the whole stuff. That's if you hear a commercial in the Houston area with that kind of timber, it's most likely Bill Moffitt or somebody from his crew. Anyway, I got to tour his studio early on in college, and
that's the one way up on the north side.
Yeah, it's up off Kirkendall. I think it used to be off Kirkendall.
Kirkendall.
But man, I mean, you walk in there and the stuff that they were doing, it was cool that I walked into the studio and I was like, dude, I've heard that what do you call it, commercial? I've heard that commercial on the radio. You know, I know that DJ.
Then you're talking to the guy.
Yeah.
He's talking to you, the voice.
It's just like, wow, man.
Stormy Cooper, how are you doing? Nice to meet you.
Yeah, that was really cool. And the whole corporate aspect of it was pretty cool. It was something I could be like, well, okay, that'll give my studio some clout. We'll kind of work with some corporate people and you know and do stuff like that.
He's total Texas legend.
Yeah,
or nation legend.
Oh, sure, for sure. I mean, he's national radio stuff, and he does all the stuff. He does stuff.
He's prolific at what he does.
Yeah,
I remember him even before I got into the
music
business in beginning of '94.
Yeah, so
I got my start.
I looked at his business model, and of course, we didn't take much from it except for
all the hard work.
That was my idea. Eventually, was to kind of roll it into where we do broadcast production. And just to fast forward a little bit,
full service.
Yeah. So one of the guys that works with me on what's now the actual media side, because we've split up the businesses. Now Stormy Cooper Media is the recording studio.
Right.
We have two other businesses. One's based in Houston, one's based in Austin, that are internet companies.
For the podcast,
website,
the web.
Yeah, website.
Everything
building,
internet.
Everything internet, website, social media management, all that stuff. We do all that, but it's with different companies.
And this is Stormy Cooper Recording Studio.
Yeah. So this is the Stormy Cooper Media is the recording studio. It's kind of confusing because the web business here in Houston is called scmedia.us. And then
brother, your dance card is full.
Yeah, I know. And then there's one that we own in Austin that we bought. We bought there's a web company that we serviced a lot of. We did all their business for 10, 15 years. Like all of their business, we would handle it. So eventually, at the beginning of last year, we ended up buying the company out. So we bought them. So now we own both of those web companies and the studio company.
Oh,
so there
nice.
you go. But we do websites, social media stuff, search engine optimization, all that stuff.
Help!
Just like I got Will. There's 3, 4 other people on that side that are rocking and rolling right now. And
so you got your Will-like guys, but for that stuff, your MacGyvers or yes.
And I go back to that bobbing and weaving and bouncing back and forth to what am I going to do today type thing. It's kind of how.
And you said that you're friends with AJ Vallejo, right? I mean, are y'all?
Yeah, I consider us friends for sure. We do banter back and forth a bit.
What?
He actually won his.
I saw.
He won Producer of the Year and Studio of the Year this year.
I saw that.
They wiped us away from the awards. We're coming back for him.
That's it, man. I'm coming for you, AJ. Do me a solid if you can, because I've already talked to Erskine about it, and he's so busy doing his real estate and Sheila Marshall and all the other endeavors with Erskine Entertainment. But the next time you can and you talk to Philip, say that we would like to, because when we go on the road and start discovering this new talent that rocks, we want to hit, because my girl doesn't work on Fridays, we want to either Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whatever, because we're going to hit also the top restaurants, the people that are the best of what they have, and we're going to say, would you like us to come in there?
Man, let's segue into this real quick, and then we'll shut it down because we've got it.
Yeah.
Top restaurants, man. So a good friend of ours, he's kind of been a friend of Roger's band for a number of years, is Levi Good. Okay,
I've heard that name. It's like that famous barbecue place.
Good Company Barbecue.
Oh,
all the Good Company Armadillo Palace. But all the Good Company
Texas.
Good Cantina. They just opened a place over in San Antonio at the Pearl Brewery, I believe.
What's his name?
Levi Good.
Levi Good, coming for you and your barbecue.
Yeah.
I'm a brisket master. I have a black belt in eating.
I've had plenty of his barbecue, man. It's great, but
I have. It's amazing.
Yeah. So we have to talk about. He has a daughter named Reese Good. She's now in the fall. She's going to attend, I believe, Belmont and Nashville.
She can sing.
She's an artist. She's writing her own music, doing her own gigs now, playing guitar.
Last name Good.
Yeah, Good.
Can't go bad with a
Can't
good
go
name.
bad.
Yeah, it's just like set up for it. But Reese Good, she has some stuff online. We've helped her record, helped her do a little bit of development.
Is there corporate headquarters in Austin?
No, their corporate headquarters is here in Houston. Yeah.
Really?
In Houston, man. Levi's he's a Houston guy.
Well, maybe in the next couple of weeks when you get to town, you can reach out and see if you would like to do Sit Down Brothers Restaurant.
Sure.
And of course, we'd probably, does his daughter have a body of work? Does she have any songs?
She does. She
out,
just
or?
get started. I think they have 1 or 2 records out now. But yeah, she's doing it. She's doing it. She's all online. I'll tell you a quick story.
I'm going to do my
Levi.
best to try to not bug you, man.
No.
I'll just text you.
I'm gonna tell a quick story about Levi here, which I thought was so cool. When we were here working with Reese, kind of getting her going, he brought a mandolin up here. Okay, and it was a mandolin to kind of look at, and you could tell it was kind of homemade, but you could tell that it was really well done and had some age to it. And it's like, wow. And he said, so I wanted to show you this.
Well.
Yeah, I wanted to show you this, and it's actually, you can find it. It's up at the Good Company Armadillo Palace in the front restaurant there if you want to go look.
Oh,
for
like Hard Rock Cafe.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
Like
But this mandolin is. The story goes that a long time ago, I don't know how many years ago, but when his dad was running the restaurants, this old man came by one day and asked his dad, said, "Hey, would you mind if I had a couple of pieces of wood? Because I do some woodworking and I just need a couple pieces of wood." Well, the guy hadn't heard back from him a year or so, and this guy comes back and had built this mandolin
out of the wood that he gave him. I knew you were going to say that.
So gave it to his dad. And it's been in the restaurant.
Wow.
It's been in the restaurant ever since. But Levi brought it up here for us to check out, and the coolest thing. And when you talk about networking and good people and good food and good music,
it's all good.
It is. They're in particular, but he's a product of Houston, and I feel like Houston and Texas.
Sounds like a native son.
Yeah, Texas in general, man. I mean, it's a great place to work. It's a great place to
greatest country in the world.
Great place to live, and a dang fine place to make music. So
that's awesome.
They've been so supportive of us. Texas in general, has been so supportive. These organizations, the Texas Country Music Association, the Texas Regional Radio Report, Dave Smith, Tammy, Linda, and Mary Minter. They've all been great helps to us. They're welcome here at our studio anytime.
All family, La Familia.
Exactly, La Familia. And
let's
segue into that.
Forever.
La Familia. There's a guy named Mark Powell who's he's up from around Abilene way. He also has a hotel that he owns and runs up in Estes Park, Colorado. It's actually a little resort up there. But Mark Powell, he owns the Outlaws and Legends Music Festival up there in Abilene. And man,
when does that happen?
Did it already happen?
Well, we want to be a part of it.
I think it's like early summer, late spring.
I think it's
right?
early summer, late spring. But
awesome.
But,
what's it called again?
The Outlaws and Legends Music Festival.
Ooh.
Here's the thing: he gets a lot of Texas artists, and he puts some legends like Chris Christopherson was there once. Willie was there. Just phenomenal artists. Mark Powell he's a recording artist himself. He's come down here to record a number of records. I can't thank him enough for what he's done for us and for what he's done to the whole Texas community. Yeah. And just like these organizations, guys like that and festivals like that are just wearing the flag.
Sure.
It's what Texas is all about. And
pride.
Like I say, we're completely proud, happy, thankful, blessed to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Alex, thanks for being here today.
It's been awesome. I got just a couple more real quick, and then I want to end it. It's been absolutely amazing. The best interview I've had so far by a lot. There's no doubt. A couple more, and then a couple quick shout outs I wanted to mention. I know a couple of the guys, you're going to like this. So this is the second to last question. How do you envision the growth and evolution of the recording studio, the media company in the next 5 years?
All right. So I don't know what the hell is going to happen with AI. I don't know.
Embrace it.
Hey, well, absolutely. On one hand, you embrace it, but when I hear man, I had a serious moral dilemma because somebody called me and said, hey, I wrote a song using AI and I want to bring it into your studio and record it. I want to put my vocals on it. I want to record the music. And I'm just sitting there thinking, man, is this the end of creativeness? Is it the end of creativity?
Is this the beginning of the end?
Yeah. So I don't really know what to think about all that. I'm definitely not able to take a stance on it because I'm not informed enough yet. It's a phenomenal technology.
It really is.
It scares me. Some of it scares me because the music business has already lived through the fact that you have Apple coming in or Napster. Let's say Napster.
Oh,
you have Napster coming in, completely wiping out music sales for artists. Okay, and Apple to back that up with a system that now they completely wiped out sales. That's why I think you see a lot of the older bands out touring again because their mailbox money's gone.
That's crazy.
So I don't know. To answer that question, where is it going in 5 years? Man, right now is
well, you're heading in the right direction, Stormy.
Yeah. Here's where we're going to stand on it. We're going to be organic. We're going to have real humans making real music because there's just an element that I don't think AI is ever going to pick up.
The emotional content.
Emotional content, man. And without that, music's not going to sound the same.
Right.
It's going to sound very
and it's not going to affect the people the same as being wholehearted.
Exactly. And music is an emotional thing, and if you don't believe that, go listen to some of these songs that the kids are writing for these kids, man.
You've been, everybody you work with has been absolutely amazing. Guys, we're almost at the end of this amazing ultra deep dive with Stormy Cooper and Will Braun, Braun, his amazing young 29, but he looks 21-year-old producer. I'm sure he's going to get carded for the next 10 years. Yeah. The last question before we say our goodbyes and we get busy is about one of your latest projects you're working on with, I believe he's 4-time Grammy winner, Sonny Saseda, tribute to Texas Tornadoes with y'all's friend Kevin Fowler.
Yeah, that's coming up. That is coming up.
A little tiny bit of that, and then
man. So, go ahead.
No, I mean you got it.
So I'm gonna go back to Alan Huff and the networking thing, man.
Yeah.
Alan Huff, he's an accordion player. Okay, so he plays accordion, and
badass.
But because of that, I've noticed all the other accordion players in Texas. Joel Guzman is one that he plays on all of Rogers' records, and he's just the dude is phenomenal. The first time I saw him play, I was like, whoa, didn't even know an accordion could be played like that. Okay, so you got him, and Flacco, has been, I've listened to him being on records for
Texas Tornadoes has been around forever.
Oh yeah, for sure. I listened to those records when I was a kid. We actually Sonny, we actually did, it was Sonny and Rico from Kinfo. We did a tribute to Little Texas. It's like the 30th year. God Bless Texas. We did a tribute with them for that. That was awesome. But the Texas Tornadoes, that's going to be coming out soon, I believe.
Legends.
We recorded a song. We asked our buddy Kevin Fowler to sing on it with Sonny. But man, speak about Sonny's. I believe he's won 3 Grammys now.
I think it's 4.
Maybe 4.
I mean, I'm just going off of what I saw. I know.
The dude does so much stuff, man. He's like the director of the Texas Folklife organization. Association. And if you follow that guy on the internet, that dude he's over here one day and over here and then over here and over here.
Where's he based out of?
He's based out of the San Antonio area. Yeah.
So maybe I could, whenever we're heading towards Austin, maybe do a little deep dive.
He would probably love it.
Or something like that. He seems like a goofball. So
he's an amazing guy.
Right.
Sonny's an amazing guy. Him and his wife Vicky.
Yeah, he came in here, walking through the studio. He's all excited. Man, I'm here. I've been here since 3 o'clock in the morning. And these guys are sleeping.
Oh yeah, man.
I'm ready to work.
And speaking of, his wife just won an award from the Texas Country Music Association.
So it's all in the family.
Yeah, something like that. His wife just won an award. But Vicky and Sonny, and more so, you can talk about Carlos Alvarez, who is the AR guy for Azteca Ranch Music Group. And they have a Azteca Music Group, which is huge in the Tejano and Latin world.
Right.
And they have a branch called the Azteca Ranch Museum.
Right.
So we've gotten a lot of really cool projects coming through with them, and I know that one of the latest ones that they're talking about is that Texas Tornadoes tribute. So
well, Will,
excited to be on that.
Will, this has been one of the best interviews I've ever had so far. I'm only into this a few months. I can't thank you enough for taking the time.
Absolutely.
Stormy, Will, you guys have been world class. I've had such a blast, and I was so nervous coming in, and all I wanted to do was just to exemplify and be more of an enhancer for everything that you guys are doing, because y'all bring so effing much to the table. It's unreal. I mean, guys, this might be just part one, guys. We might have to come back and do another deep dive when Lyndon is here. You know? And what's the name of his band again?
The Wilder Blue.
The Wilder Blue. Be sure to like and follow everybody. Sundance, all these artists. Oh, a young man who was on my show not too long ago, and I know he loves you guys. I think he did a couple of songs here. A very young, talented cat named where's
David Lewis?
Well, David Lewis for sure. He was here, but Dalton Grice.
Oh, Dalton Grice, yeah.
He's the real deal. He's came
he's a
over
great
here,
kid,
plays the guitar, and I was like, how old are you? Now, another girl y'all need to keep in touch with. Are y'all familiar with the show? I say, to me, she's like a miniature. She's a miniature Reba McEntire, straight up. This girl is a Nashville veteran at like 13. I think she's 15 or 16 now. Check out this girl named Elle Townley.
Wow.
She ain't no, I mean, bad. She ain't, y'all all need to come here to Stormy Cooper Studios. If you need media help, he's the one to do it. Brother, I can't thank you enough. It's been absolutely amazing, guys.
Yes, sir.
You too, Will. I'm
Thanks
a hugger.
so much.
That's just
Let's
the
do
way I
it,
am.
yeah.
Well, the
Good
hug. Yeah, be sure to like and follow all of his artists. He's doing all kinds of stuff.
So we got America Allen, Delaney Ann. I mean, we can fire off all kinds of.
Basically, his dance card is full. So why don't you wait for about 2 or 3 weeks?
Our schedule's not, though. We can book you.
Okay, there you go. Forget what I said. Guys, let's rock with Alex Lozano. Please follow and like. Help out. We really appreciate it. Kimberly, we love you. Stormy Cooper, thanks again, buddy.
Thanks again, Alex. Thanks for being here.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
See you next time.
Woo! Hamilton.
Yeah, Hamilton losing.
Where's I got to turn
Very
that
nice.
off at? I can't even find it. Oh, there it is.